Yep.
Oh, there's a bunch of crazy guys talking
Yeah,
to
you have to-
Cthulhu.
You have to dual channel it, so.
Okay, there we go. Now, there we go. Okay, now it's on.
T
Oh,
is
that
for
was-
technical difficulties, and that's good enough.
On now, bitches.
All right, that's
Yeah,
hilarious. That's
bitches.
hilarious.
Or something.
All right. So yeah. Anyways, we're still waiting on the sixth player, on Evan to show up, but yeah, the way that this is going to work right now, we're on the point of having to design character sheets before actually trying to kick things off we'll hopefully get to the first episode part of the Roll20 stuff. I mean, if we don't, the fact that I haven't been able to get Fog of War to work tonight because it randomly stopped working, whatever, that'll be fine. But you guys have to make character sheets. This is to just lay it out again, the concept of the campaign. This is a campaign set in the Doom universe, utilizing the very cool and I'm newly introduced to it, Era D10 gaming system. This is a custom fan-made module. It's not at all directly associated with the normal game, but it should be fun. Everybody's probably going to die, but
not me. My character made a deal with the devil. He's going to live forever.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't know who I am yet.
So, with where we are right now, there are 10 character roles or squad roles that you can choose from, which are the equivalent of character classes. Each squad role has a pair of character abilities, which are your squad role abilities. That's what I've got up on the screen right now with we've got the list of them, of the archetypes. And with those squad role abilities, those are the things that make you different from everybody else. Then you have your quirk. Your quirk is basically saying that most of them are psychological, but a few of them actually do have an impact on what and how your character is able to act. I'm now, while I'm looking at it, I think that that's right. This is the outdated one. I'm now realizing that 3 of the characters have the same quirk when they're not supposed to. This was something that I had shared a while ago, so let me just see. Squad roles, get the actual updated one. Squad rules finalized. Jump to that point in the Discord. And
Hey, look, I just want to say,
all right, yeah. For some reason, that is annoying the crap out of me. I'm gonna grab the actual original document, and that way, because I made this a couple of weeks ago, and I do not recall off the top of my head which one of these is wrong. I'm pretty sure that, or let me phrase that. I know that on that document, the things that are wrong is that the rifleman and the engineer are not grizzled. Grizzled is the team leader's ability. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, the engineer has obsessive, which is they have to pass a willpower check to stop trying to do something if it's like a multi-round task. Then the rifleman has protector, which means that you have to do everything you can to keep everybody else alive. But when you're undertaking actions, deliberately putting yourself at risk to save other people, you actually get bonuses. So, it's a plus and a con. There's the downside, though, that if you have protector and one of your team members dies, you have like morale penalties for the rest of the mission. Okay, so anyways, with this where we are right now, I'm sorry, getting myself back on track. Character sheets. All right, we have this wonderful, handy-dandy, fillable character sheet that I literally spent a week figuring out how to make. So,
it's really nice.
way that this is going to work, you put obviously your player name, all that kind of information. If you want to have the name of your character, you guys, we are going to be in the I believe the 22nd century. In this campaign, and you guys are, you're part of the United Corporations of America's, Marine Corps, stationed at Mars City on Mars. So, why did that open this
You
application?
said I get
3
2
times?
skills, right?
Yes, the 2 skills are in the character archetypes.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No. So overall, I was just going to say, any kind of real world, if you make a name that would make sense in America and you can come up with it, your characters are your own to come up with and flesh out as you go. But on the character sheet, you guys are starting off as level 2. You'll notice where it has those skulls up at the top that are numbered. Click on the 1 and the 2; they'll both go black. That's how you can tell what level you are.
Got it.
All right.
Wait.
It's telling me it's an invalid format. Sorry.
Okay,
For
there
the
we go.
character archetypes.
Okay. I mean, I sent you
You're
the
wrong, dude. Because
I sent you the text though, so you'll be fine because I sent you the information. Yep, that's right. The year is 2145. So there you go. There's the date. Anyways, you guys can figure out age, height, weight, all that kind of stuff. Quirk, you just write down the title of the quirk from your character sheet. Then squad roll, you write down the squad roll, hit enter, and then the next line, write down the names of the abilities. And then you're going to use on the character archetype sheet, you'll just use that as the actual rules reference for it. Okay.
Got it.
All right, so now that we got that down, in the Era system, you have an interesting points-based character generation system. So the way that this works is on your sheet, things are broken up into, on the left-hand side, you have your attributes. Your attributes are your innate physical and mental characteristics to your character. Luck is also another one that's there. And then to the right of that, in the center, you have 3 different categories of skills. So skills are things that you learn how to do. Attributes are things that are innate to your character. Both get to improve as you go. So what you do is you have a certain number of points, you invest them into them. Each of the little dots, each of the little pips in them is going to be 1 point. So as you can see, everyone already starts out automatically with 1 point in all of your attributes. You have 8 of them, and we're just going to go through this. So to begin with, you have the 3. Well, it's not labeled on the sheet. The attributes, the ones in the top 3, strength, intelligence, and charisma, those are your potence attributes. Then underneath that, stamina and willpower are your defense attributes. And the dexterity, wits, and luck are your reaction attributes. So if you ever hear those terms again, potence, defense, reaction, that's what it refers to. Probably not going to hear those terms again.
I can't wait to immediately forget.
Exactly. Overall, for potence, you have 6 points that you get to spend. The first point that has already been invested to give you your mandatory 1 point in every stat, those cost 3 of your 6 points. So you can basically click to fill in the dots however you want on them.
So we've got 3 to spend.
Yep,
now?
You've got 3 to spend. And because we're going to make you up to level 1 characters first, and then you're going to get 1 extra attribute point that you'll be able to invest later on as you're level 2. But that only makes sense once all the attributes are done.
So my 3 potents are invested.
Okay. Roughly, just to explain what it means. So strength is, obviously, yes, how much damage can you do, but it also factors into how fast you're able to move and how much stuff can you carry, in addition to like actual feats of strength. Similarly, intelligence is used with a lot of different skills. Charisma does actually matter in this module, even though you guys are largely going to be fighting against demons. This game, and what's kind of unique about this module and this system relative to other things that have been done, think of it as it's the best way I was able to come up with it for an analogy of it is think of this as a fire team Cthulhu concept, where you guys have the standard Call of Cthulhu concept. Oh, I'm realizing that I have the wrong window open this entire time. So when I'm referencing this whole sheet thing, no one's been able to see it. That's brilliant. There you go. Character sheet. All right. Well, here's the character sheet that I've been talking about. Anyways, so what I was talking about with the Fire Team Cthulhu thing is that you guys, your sanity in Cthulhu is something that's tracked individually. In this module, in this system, it's basically something that's largely tracked as a team. So you have, instead of being tracked what's your individual sanity, which you can lose, that is still a thing that matters, what more matters is how well you guys are able to continue working together as a team and as a group while lots of crazy, insane shit is happening. Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah, so while I guess the overall reason I was getting into this, the likelihood that you are going to have to use your charisma to really do much of anything test-wise, it's not going to be used with most of the skills you're going to be using throughout the course of this campaign. But your odds that you're going to need to use your charisma for for things that it's actually relevant, it is very relevant for how well you guys are able to work together as a team. So overall recommendation, you probably don't want to have 1 point in it, but you totally can. It's up to you.
So it's 3 points and then +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so once you have that figured out, the next category down, where we're talking about potence, defense. So defense are your stamina and willpower. So for your defensive stats, you have 5 points that you get to invest between both of those two stats. 2 points already spent, so you have 3 left over. Stamina, how much damage you can take. It also factors into your encumbrance value, so how much stuff can you carry before you start suffering negative effects.
So John.
Yep.
So you changed the way attribute building is working?
What?
So you changed the way attribute building is working?
I don't understand. I'm reading the rules.
From what book?
I'm reading from Era, the Consortium.
Let's see where you are then, because...
Yeah, attributes are assigned points on character creation. Each section, potence, defense, reaction, displayed as rows on the character sheet, is assigned 1 of 6, 5, and 4 points to be distributed across the attributes in that section.
Yeah. You automatically start with 1. That's not taken away from your points at all.
Oh. Okay. I had not seen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You by default have 1 in every attribute.
And he doesn't write that in the rules because the character sheets come with the rules and they already have it filled in. Okay.
Correct. You add 6, 5, and 4 to them.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, congratulations. That means you guys don't suck. So,
Thank you.
We still suck.
okay. So going back to thanks, Mike. Michael's played this system more than I have. So going back to the first three potents, so strength, intelligence, and charisma. So that means that you guys do have 6 points that you can invest into that as you want.
So 3 additional points to what we already spent.
Exactly. And then when you get down to stamina and willpower, you have 5 that you can spend all told.
So are you assigning the point values? Because traditionally it's 6, 5, 4, and then you pick which one is 6, which one's 5, and then which one's 4, in any order you want.
Oh, I thought that it was already specified.
So okay. So
Interesting.
So,
No,
all right, so
yeah,
guys,
Mike,
let's
you
recap
take
real
over.
quick.
Yeah, you take over this because that makes a lot more sense, and I misread
All right.
that.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So what Michael's
Alright,
saying there, I was wrong.
So what I've got up here, this is the character sheet threw together. So I am going to be Rico James because I'm going to be Rick James, bitch. But I'm also going to be Rico because bitch. Okay, got that. Yeah, that's wrong. That's 5. And that's accurate. Okay, so basically the way the game works is you have your strength, intelligence, charisma. So your attributes are broken down into 3 categories. You got your top 3, your middle 3, and your bottom 3. Simplest way to look at it. As far as the way the grouping is, who the fuck cares? So each attribute, you start with 1 in that score. That's free. You have that. Now, your attribute breakdown comes into 6, 5, and 4. So you have 3 different categories. You get to assign those to each grouping of attributes. So for strength, intelligence, charisma, and this one in particular, I've taken the 5. So I put 1 in charisma, 2 in intelligence, and then 2 in charisma, which brings charisma, intelligence to 3, and then strength to 2. I took the 4 and assigned that to stamina and willpower, making stamina 3 and willpower 3. And then the bottom one, I assigned the 6. And then also my +1, adding +3 to dexterity, +3 to wits, and then +1 to luck, which is the level attribute. That way you have all your points assigned. Now, that being said, there's no specific requirement for the 6, 5, 4. It's just that's your breakdown. So this is how you specialize your character one way or another. Wits is primarily your shooting skill. Dexterity, obviously your dexterity. If you're more of a strength character, you're going to put more points into strength, but then your intelligence, your charisma might suffer. That's why you're going to put 6 up there, but then you're going to put 4 somewhere else. So the obvious way to do it is to put 5 and 6 in strength, intelligence, charisma, and then dex, wits, and luck, and then the 4 in stamina and willpower. But that's not always the case because having a high willpower is a big deal. For example, Matt's character is pretty single-minded with his approach. If it didn't break when I bashed it, gotta hit it harder. So if you want to do something else with it and not want to bash the shit out of it, you gotta make a willpower check. Cool. So maybe Matt wants to go, cool, I want to tank up willpower. So the specifics in the character sheet, if you look at them, you've got 1, 2, and 3. So during character creation, that's the important part you want to look at. During gameplay, those numbers are worthless to you. They mean nothing, and you don't even need to worry about them. In character creation, those numbers indicate how many points it costs to get a skill or get an attribute. In this situation, the first 4 of any attribute cost you 1 point. Well, I'm sorry. 2 through 4 cost you 1 point. Going from 4 to 5 costs you 2 points. 5 to 6, also 2 points. 6 to 7, 3 points, so on and so forth. You get the idea. Going beyond that is reserved for supernatural games and whatnot. But for the most part, in this, you're going to look at what you want to assign your pool to. Obviously, 6 is your highest point value. So you're going to want to put that into what you really want to do. And then 5 is going to be your mid-level, and then 4 is effectively your dump area. That being said, you might not suck at something in general.
But all of those numbers have 3 points that are in there just 3 pips just to get you could possibly do it.
So here's the thing.
So it's 1, 2, 3 across. Then you add your 4, your 5, or your 6. So one
Aren't
in
you
each.
guys glad that I didn't fill out everything on the character sheets now?
Yeah, very
I
much.
would have explained it. So basically, the best way to think about it is 1 means you're still able to do a thing. If you have an intelligence of 1, you're not brain dead. If you have a charisma of 1, you are able to socially interact with something, whether it's a squirrel or another human being. I couldn't tell you, but you can interact with someone. A strength of 1 means you can carry your own weight. So having a 0 in any stat means you're not a functioning individual.
Yeah.
We're all playing functioning individuals. So you start. I know, Jason. You've got a dump stat in something.
I'm playing a functional individual. Doesn't mean I am.
That's very correct. You are role playing a character that does a thing. That doesn't mean that you're any good at it. In addition, and then the weird stat of all of these is luck. Luck is the weirdest stat in Era. It's also the coolest stat. Luck does not necessarily mean you're lucky per se. So luck is something you roll anytime. Let's say John says, all right, roll me intelligence engineering. And I go, all right, so intelligence, I got 3. In engineering, fuck, I don't have the skill. So I go, all right, I got 3 points intelligence. Now what's my luck score? All right, my luck score is 2. So I take intelligence, I take luck, I roll those together, and then I have whatever the target number is, -3. So in most situations, you're rolling stat plus luck and looking for 10s, which sucks. But if you're like the character I played earlier today and you've got 6 luck points, who the fuck cares? You're mostly going to pass most things. Oh, she's a luck-based character, but that's not the point. Whereas in other situations, I'm like, cool, I'll take intelligence, investigation. Cool, 3 points, 4 points, I got 7. So luck is useful in situations, but it's not like basing your character around it can make things interesting. In addition, luck also gives you access to luck points. Now, since everyone has 1 point in general, luck is one of those things that you also have at least 1 point of. Each point of luck that you have as an attribute, you get 1 point equivalent of a luck point to spend. That means you can add +2 successes to any result you get. So, for example, you make a shot or something, we'll say. So wits and gunnery, and you roll a bunch of 1s or something. And you fuck up, and you got a fumble. So you can spend a luck point to counteract that fumble, so that you don't actually get your head blown off or something. In the rule set, that can also give that also gives a bad luck point to the GM. That being said, that's kind of up to them. I don't like luck. I don't like doing luck points like that unless they're used excessively. But that's up to John. The rest of the stuff, you just kind of look at how it works together. For example, dexterity and strength, add those together. Assuming, John, we're doing size category 5, right?
Yeah. Let's let them get their stats plugged in.
Yeah.
It was So you can have, because it is going to be the same for everyone, you can just write where it says size, put 5. That means your human size entity. And then under notoriety, you're going to put 1. Notoriety is basically how likely are people going to know who you are or know about you when you go somewhere. Think of that as an attribute that exists in this system generically across all of the modules, and I honestly can't think of any reason why it would apply in this particular module. So,
oh, you are.
Yep.
They're like, fuck that guy. We gotta kick his ass.
I mean, you guys are Doom Marines. You're not Doom Guy. So,
yeah.
there was one thing that I was thinking of as a kind of like a selling point for this campaign is concept wise is that when somebody asked me, I think I forget who asked me, like, oh, are we playing as like Doom guy? I put it's like, well, going based off of the original plotline and lore of the early Doom games, one of you is.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
You've got that wonderful one paragraph of dialogue or two paragraphs of plot at the beginning. It's like, and then all of the other soldiers died. So.
All right, so getting back a little bit to this, do you guys understand a bit more about how to assign attributes, get that set, and any questions about that specifically?
Okay, so let me. All right, so if I put 6 in my strength, intelligence, and charisma, if I try to go past 4 blocks, that's including the first block, I'd have to spend 2 more points, right, to go past.
That's correct.
That is correct.
4?
Yep.
So if you want a strength of 5, you have to spend 5 points of your 6.
Yep.
Because you have to spend the 3 to get to 4, and then 2 more to go from 3 to 5. So 3 to 4.
Yep.
So it's 5 points total, and then you have 1 point for the rest of it.
As the OSHA compliance officer, I have a high intelligence.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And we get 1 additional point because we're level 2, correct?
Yes, but the 1 additional point it applies. That's for all of your attributes. So you only have 1 point, but you can spend it on any one attribute that you want.
Can I go past that 4?
That does follow the same rules as the 1 point, 2 point, 3 point.
Yep.
So theoretically, you can, if you want, to bank that. You could bank that point.
Exactly.
And next time you get a level, put 2 into an attribute.
If you're banking, just make a note of it. That way, we can keep track of this. All right. So once you guys have filled it out, so you've got all the points and the attributes, we'll go through each of these other. They're called derived statistics. So that's encumbrance, speed, cohesion, initiative, defense, damage, and kill threshold, or damage threshold and kill threshold. So those are
not. Those are not
right. They're determined by armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And equipment, but yeah.
So I believe I've assigned all my points. Hopefully, I did it right.
Okay. So when you're looking at this and you see the lines going from connecting some of the boxes to others, that is a way where it's supposed to hint at you that these are what you combine to figure it out. So on it, the encumbrance value in this module is simply you add your stamina and strength values together. And that is your character's encumbrance value. In most Era D10 modules, you also add your size into it.
Some of them are.
But in this one, you don't.
Size, but like survival, for example, doesn't add your size.
Mm-hmm.
It's strictly you have what you get.
It really seems to be any one of the systems, as near as I can tell, it's like if in a system, if resources are scarce in any way, you can carry fewer things. Whereas in the modules where you don't keep track of ammo, you barely have to keep track of how much of anything you have, that's where you add size.
That is 100% accurate.
Also in the systems that have different species where it becomes more relevant, like are you a giant thing or a tiny thing? So
yes, that's also a big deal.
So like I said, so encumbrance is you just add your strength and your stamina together. That's your encumbrance value. Matt, your character, because you're the heavy specialist, a heavy weapons guy, and you have the workhorse ability that doubles your encumbrance. So you just whatever it normally would be, multiply it by 2, and that's what you put in the box.
So I have a strength of 5 and a stamina of 1. So
you have a stamina of 1.
Do not. Okay, hold on. Time out.
Stamina is what determines your health.
Yeah, hold on. Here's the thing. So your health stat, which is what is used to determine whether you die in a firefight, is your size plus stamina. Looking at my character sheet, I am not a tanky character. I have some health. I'm relatively
Right. Hold on.
hardy, but I only have 8
Okay.
points.
Really quick,
Right now, you're looking at 6, and basically, you're not going to be able to do a whole
Matt,
lot.
how many points do you have in willpower?
I dumped the 4 that I had in there, but I'm just gonna redo it.
Well, you can't dump 4 points into it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can at most put 3.
Yeah.
And realistically, this is based in the Doom universe. You guys are almost constantly going to be in combat. This module has not been play tested. I have no actual idea of how balanced or unbalanced the monsters are, but my initial impression is that literally every adversary in the game, including the basic weakest mugs, can rip your characters in half given half a chance. So the odds that so I know that you have the quirk that okay, do I solve this by beating my head against this door to get through the door? Yes, that is a thing, but it's really not a penalty in this system.
Your best bet, honestly, if I would, I mean, I'm not sure the way the rest of your stats are, but willpower of 2 isn't terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But even going 2 and 2 the same way I have, it's solid. It keeps you fine. And then when you level up to level 2, put another point into stamina if you haven't already put it somewhere else. At that point, you're running 4 stamina and 3 willpower, and you fit the tank roll at that point. Because so stamina does give you your health-derived stat, but at the same point, it also helps you anytime you have to make a stamina check and you're under duress.
So oddly, the heavy actually is not designed to be. It's actually not designed to be the tank. The breacher is the tank. Out of the different squad roles, yeah, the breacher is the guy with his ability Steel Skin. So survival mode is this concept where you can decide that I'm going to say all I'm doing this round of combat is trying to stay alive. And if you have to pass a survival check to be able to enter survival mode. When you're in survival mode, though, you don't take health damage. You just suffer pain damage instead. So, and you can't be instant killed by anything. But you've got the downside that you also can't do anything other than move and not die. Whereas the breacher, one of his squad abilities is he's able to still fight while he has that mode active.
Question.
So
can I put 4 into stamina and 1 to willpower?
You can do that. You can balance it out however you want, man. You don't need to worry about.
Hold on.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking.
No, that's fine. I just need to clarify this. You can put 3 points into any attribute you have there.
Yeah.
The moment you want to put that 4th point, it costs you 2 points to put 1 into.
Yes.
That's the 2. That's the 1, 2, and 3 there. So if you want to make it to level 4, it costs you 5 points. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So everyone's assigned all of their points and all their attributes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I said,
my 1 floating point.
Okay. So as we've gone through, your size is 5. Your notoriety is a 1. Your
Encumbrance.
Yep. Your encumbrance is whatever the sum is of your strength and your strength and your stamina.
What is our size?
Size is 5. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. All right. So your speed, which is literally how many meters are you able to move in a combat round, roughly. Your speed is add your size, your strength, and your dexterity together. That's why That's why you've got a line connecting it, an arrow connecting size, strength, and dexterity all to speed. All right. So, yep. So once you've got that down, next up we have cohesion. So cohesion is that is a unique stat for this particular module. Cohesion is whenever you guys enter combat, you're going to have to perform a cohesion check. That is basically rolling. That's you guys seeing how well are you working together as a team at that moment. Not in like a fluffy, hey, friendship is magic concept, but you guys are, your adrenaline is going. Everybody is freaked out. The walls are bleeding. Everything is going insane. You've been hearing whispers in your mind the entire time, and you need to be watching the six of the guy next to you and perfectly interacting so that you can fight effectively as a unit. Because the only way that you can manage to, like, realistically, you guys can kill almost any of the monsters in this game really easily, as long as you're coordinating really well. So if everyone passes their cohesion check, then great, awesome. If people don't pass, then you guys, your teamwork starts to break down, and it basically means that the enemies start to outthink and outfight you. Whose mic is hot?
Mine is always hot, but I'm
Go to
quiet.
push to chat, dude. Push to talk. Anyways, your cohesion stat is you take the highest value out of your willpower or charisma, and that is your cohesion. All right.
My cohesion is 2.
It's going to be 2 for the vast majority of you guys because of that. All right. So once we've got that, all right. So now we're moving down to
Hilariously,
initiative.
My cohesion is a 7.
Wait, what? No, it cannot possibly be a 7.
No, considering you're taking the
yes,
higher,
it is. Charisma and willpower.
The
you're
higher
taking-
of the 2.
Oh, my bad. Okay, then my cohesion is a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh wait, no, shit. I said that wrong. It's the lower of the 2, not the higher. Sorry.
Ew.
That's unfortunate.
That's
That's lame.
1.
Yay, I'm still a 2.
Sorry. I said that backwards. Sorry. Anyways, don't worry. You can always level up later, and everything will be fine. Okay. Initiative. Initiative. You add your willpower and your wits together. So.
I'm very sorry. I apologize.
Yep.
That, but so cohesion
Yes.
is your charisma and your willpower. Whichever one's lowest, that's your cohesion number. The rest of
Exactly.
these, though, we're doing addition.
For
initiative.
most of them, you're doing addition.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I made the character sheet, I thought I was planning on having it be addition, then realized that that actually didn't work, which is why I made the switch, and I haven't updated it to have if you look down at defense, you'll see dexterity and wits, the lines come together before going into it. That's the other way of, or that's the way of showing you pick the highest of the 2. So I need to do the same thing for cohesion.
Just check.
So anyways, so initiative, add your willpower and your wits together. Wits is your reaction time and your reflexes aside in a non-purely physical reflexes kind of sense. If it's just physical reflexes, you use dexterity. If there's any mental component to it at all, really, it's wits.
Wait, so do we use wits for shooting?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to clarify with that. I know Michael had said it earlier. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, most gunfire. So on that, most gunfire is, I believe, is gunnery and dexterity. But if it's a snapshot, it's gunnery and wits, I think.
Well, unless that's a modification for your system, the general rule.
If it's the opposite, then
gunnery is wits and gunnery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if it
would definitely be dexterity and wits.
No. Like I said, I haven't actually.
Oh, that's fine. That's why I'm. I'm not sure what modifications you've made to things. That's why.
No. And just in looking at it, you are right. Right. I'm just misremembering. Anyways, okay. So everybody's caught up on initiative. So next up, we've got defense. So defense, you take the lower of either your dexterity and your wits, and that's your defense.
Okay, I got a 1.
I got it too.
Okay. Defense is whenever somebody attacks you, to do anything in this game, you figure out how many dice you roll, and then you roll and you try to figure out how many successes you get. Your defense value subtracts that number of dice from the attack roll of anyone trying to attack you.
If you're aware.
Yeah, if you're aware of them and you're actively able to defend yourself. If there's no way for you to defend yourself, you don't get the bonus. Okay, damage and kill are both determined by what type of armor you have on. So that's something where we'll get to that when we get to equipment. The vast majority of you guys are probably going to be wearing heavy armor. Really, the only one I can think of that's probably going to want to wear light armor maybe is going to be Jason running as the scout. But I mean, overall, there are another way of putting it. If your dexterity is relatively high, light armor is good. But congratulations, you guys have done the majority of your drive stats. Only things that we still have to do is your health and your pain. So your health and your pain is what you combine your stamina and your size added together. That is your health threshold, your total pool of points. So the way you're going to mark that on the sheet is you've got the little dots between, so where it has health, pain, armor, you've got the little dots that are between, here we go, the little dots that are between health and pain. Those, you click however many as the total number of health points you have. And so if, say, you had 7 health points total, you would click 7 of those boxes. That means that your maximum health is 7 boxes. And then you all of the boxes that are beyond 7 on the actual number of points that you have is the number of white boxes. So beyond all the boxes beyond 7, you're going to click those so that they're black, and they never stop being black because you don't have any more health points than 7 or whatever your total number of health points is. Does that make sense to people?
Wait, so encroaching unconsciousness is the black?
No. So
my health bar is black.
Your health bar is white.
Okay, gotcha.
How many? So you see how there's 2 large squares, one under health, one under pain, and there's a little square in the center.
Yes.
The little square in the center is that's how you mark, I have this many health points to begin with. That's the size of your pool. So if you have 7 health points, you click 7 of those small boxes. The health points that you have left are the large white boxes that are directly under either health or pain. So any boxes more than what you can maximally have in your pool, you just mark those off. You fill them in as black. And that's just the way of marking down what your total max health is and whatnot.
Okay, I was looking for the health and pain, and because I was focused on that, I actually missed how to do my health.
Add stamina and size. So 5 plus your stamina.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Okay, and so once you've got that done, that's all of your derived stats. So now we go on to skills. So with skills, you have. All right, it works the same way as the attributes in that you have 3 different values that you can use. One can be assigned to, or 3 different pools of points. One can be spent on personal skills, one can be spent on technical, one can be spent on interaction. So the pools are, you have 11 points, 7 points, and 4 points. So you choose one of the categories of skills and you can spend 11 points in it. You choose another, you can spend 7 points in it. You choose another, you can spend 4. From being level 2, you're going to wind up having 2 additional points that you can spend on any of the skills.
Do remember that they have the same concept as the 1, 2, and 3 for spending. The first 4 points in any skill are 1 point. The 5th point is going to cost you 2 points to get that. And then so on for the 6th point, 7th point, and 8th point.
Yep.
And it was 7, 11, and what?
7, 11, and 4. Yeah, and just to explain the basic concept and principle of how you would perform checks in this game, if you're doing something that has a skill component to it, such as shooting, if you're trying to shoot something, in the vast majority of cases, you're going to take your gunnery skill and your wits attribute. You're going to count the total number of boxes that are filled in and add those numbers together, and that is the number of dice you get to roll on that attack. And then the target number that you're aiming for to be able to successfully hit the target is going to be determined based on how far away is it, how fast is it moving, what's the lighting, all those kinds of aspects modify that target number. Usually, in most cases, it's going to be a 7. And you roll the total number of dice based off of adding the skill and the attribute together. And every die that meets or exceeds that target number, or rather in this system they call it a target threshold, that will score a hit. Then you take out of the number of dice that hit, you then have to roll those again to try to meet or beat the damage or kill thresholds for the target. So to actually inflict any damage. Because you can totally hit something and not hurt it. Also, if you one more thing, if you're using a weapon that has if you use a gun, if you use a pistol and you roll super well, you have 5 dice on the attack, you hit with all 5 dice. You roll them again, all 5 dice beat the damage threshold. You do not do 5 points of damage, you do the maximum number of points of damage that weapon can do.
What's larceny?
Larceny is how well you are able to steal things. But it's also used to, it's also used to theoretically it can be used for you to be able to find and salvage, like scavenging for supplies, knowing where and how to look for things of value is maybe how it could apply, but that's really the only way that it would apply into this system.
So in addition, there's a pretty, I don't know if John went over this earlier, dice explode in this game.
Oh yeah.
So if you roll a 10 means you done good. You succeeded. That 10s are not the same thing for damage checks, but for skill checks, attacks and whatnot, a 10 is a success and also explodes. Now, exploding dice means you get to roll it again. Now, this can be good, this can be bad. You do not have to re-roll dice. So if I rolled 4 dice, I got a 10, a 3, a 4, and a 7. The 7 is a success. The 3 and the 4 are discarded because they missed. And the 10 is also a success. So I have 2 successes right now. If I want to re-roll that 10, because I got a 10, I can add another die to it. So I'll take the 10, roll it, and if I get another success on it, I now have 3 successes. The bad part of that is if I roll those 4 dice, I get a 10, a 3, a 4, and a 1. I have 1 fumble and I have 1 success. If I re-roll that 10 and I get another success, I got 2 successes. If I re-roll that 10 and I get a 1, I just fumbled because it's bad that way. Ones are fumbles. Don't get those. It sucks.
Yeah, it fumbles. So rolling ones are only dangerous if you fail the check. If you fail the check and you rolled a couple of ones, then things can go very, very, very badly. And
well,
we had
to clarify
we had one guy who like went spacewalking and then got like blasted away from the ship for half an hour because he fumbled his check.
You can get any number of successes. A fumble is created when you get more ones than the number of successes.
Right.
So if you roll 20 dice and you come up with 5 ones and you have 4 successes, you got 4 successes, but you got 5 ones. So that means you got a moderate fumble.
Yep.
The severity of the fumble is based on the number of ones you have over the number of successes you have. Moderate 1, minor 1, moderate 2, and then severe is 3.
So to kind of coordinate here, is anyone taking survival?
I have survival.
Survival is a valuable one because survival is used for, again, if you want to go into survival mode, but survival is also important for ammunition management. So you don't want survival to be a dump stat. I was gonna, in getting back to the character sheet, here are the skills that you can safely neglect: larceny, construction, commercial, esteem, and seduction.
Oh.
Now, esteem maybe would have, and construction, those have edge case uses, but especially commercial, seduction, those you will never use in this campaign.
I want to seduce Jason.
Why are they on the sheet though?
I have a question.
Yep.
I know it's probably already been answered. I just want clarity. Okay, so I'm going to use my, what is it, like 8 points?
7,
The max?
11, 7, and 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
11, 7, 4.
Okay,
Think of it this
so-
way. One of them is 11, and then the
No, I
sum
got
of
it.
the other two is 11.
Yeah. So the 11, right?
Yep.
I want to put it as all into medicine. Can I do that? Do I have?
I mean, okay,
Is
hold on. The 11
you
points
can all
would
of
go
it,
into
you can
technical. Would go into technical skills. So the 6 skills that fall under technical skills: construction, driving, engineering, explosives, gunnery, and medicine. All 6 of those skills, you would only have 11 points to distribute between all of them. So
Yes.
if you put all 11 points into medicine, you literally can't use a gun because you don't know how to.
But I have 2 points for my levels, and I can put those into gunnery.
So here's the thing. You cannot put 11 points into a single skill for the simple fact that it's 4 points for the first 4, and then it's 4 points for the next 2, so 8, and then you'd be able to spend...
He could spend 3 more, and it would actually be 11.
Yes, you can do 11. Yes, no, you would be able to get 11, and you could get
7 levels,
7 levels of medicine.
actually
yes.
8. Yeah, no, 7 levels in
7 levels
medicine.
of
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 7 levels of medicine.
If you do that, your character, so like you'll be completely useless at anything other than medicine. I mean, you'll be good
No,
at medicine,
I
but
have 2 points to spend for my levels, and I put them in gunnery.
what's your wits?
My wits is a 4.
Your dexterity is what?
2.
Okay. I mean, sure. Yeah, you can totally do that.
I'm the medic. I gotta
Don't-
get at it.
Don't
Just
hand
to
this
clarify,
man a
John,
grenade.
Just to clarify, John,
Yep.
this is why you make pre-gens.
No. Hey,
So people don't do shit like this.
no.
So they
Hey,
have-
Okay, all right, forget it. I'll drop it and do something else.
You
with it.
You do you.
So-
You do you.
so
This is
short- so-
totally
so-
undigested.
Hey, short answer on it.
No, it's okay.
Your character, you are not an ER doctor. You are a combat medic. That means you have gone through basic military training, so you know how to drive a vehicle, so you have at least 1 point in it, and you know how to use explosives, so you have at least 1 point in that. You can spend literally all of the additional points that you have in that field on gunnery and medicine, but like there's no way that you don't have 1 point in driving and explosives, and that goes for everyone.
You're probably not gonna like playing the character if you do that. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
It's a suggestion. I mean, you do you. If you want to spend the 11 points on it,
I changed it. It's not a big deal.
So just to throw it out there, the average. Well, hold on. The average defense value of most of the basic enemies in this game is a 2 or a 3, meaning that, so if you have a 2 in gunnery and a 4 in wits, that means that when you try to shoot at something, you have 6 dice. However, if you're shooting at something that has a defense of 3, you have 3 dice. So your odds of actually doing damage and hurting it start to go down precipitously. So like that's the whole concept with it. Specializing your character and having lots of points in medicine and whatnot is good. I would just, like I said, if you want to do that, you've got 1 point in driving, 1 point in explosives, 2 in gunnery, and 9 in medicine, then I'd say go nuts.
No, it's fine. I fixed it.
Jason, what were you going to ask?
Nothing. I think you actually just explained it.
Yeah.
I think you got it covered. Yeah.
Okay. And just so where was asked the concept of like what do you need survival for? So survival is important for ammunition. In this game, ammunition is a status. You don't track individual rounds of ammo. So instead, what it is when you leave combat, so at the end of a fight, everybody performs an ammo check. And that's done by you roll a number of dice equal to your survival and your intelligence score. The target threshold to succeed at this check is based on the number of rounds that you fought in that combat. So if it's a 1 or a 2 round long combat, you need a 6 or higher. If it's a 3 or a 4 round, you need a 7 or higher. If it's a 5 or a 6 round, you need an 8 or higher. If it's 7 rounds or more, you need a 9. Then the number of successes or failures that you got is going to determine whether your ammunition status remains the same or if it goes down. When it goes down, you start getting stressed out. So you're going to start suffering penalties to your cohesion checks because you're really stressed out and getting freaked out that you're running out of ammo. And if you completely run out of ammo, then you can't use there's heavy and light weapons. If you run out of light weapon ammo, you can't use any light weapons until you get some ammo. If you run out of heavy weapon ammo, you can't use any heavy weapons until you get some heavy weapon ammo. So, and ammo is relatively scarce in this game.
I bumped my survival up to 2. I just want to make sure I did this correct. So
yeah, that should be fun. Yep.
I have 2 in brawl, and so this is where I put the 7. It was in personal.
Okay.
I put 2 in brawl, and then I put 4. Oh, I can put 1 more in brawl. I put 4 in the survival, and then I used the additional 2 that I got for leveling up to buff it up to a 2. To the 2 section. So my brawl is currently 1, 4, 5, 6.
Wait,
I
you
mean,
have
my survival. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. You put 7 points in this, so you've got 2 points in brawl.
Yep.
Okay, and then you've got so that leaves you with 5 points left to spend, and then you're spending your 2 extra bonus for going up to level 2. So you've got 7 left to spend. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to go to have a survival of 5, that's 6 points. You have 1 point left over. There, you cannot
Oh,
have
I'm
a
sorry.
survival.
I only did. Sorry, I only did it to 5. My bad. The way, so it's not
Yeah.
letting me check the boxes. So the way I'm
So-
doing it is I'm trying to put a dot in each
So-
little box.
Yeah, and again, just throwing it out there, you really want to have at least 1 point in. If its skill is something that I said is not one that you can safely ignore, you probably want to have at least 1 point in it. And on that top block, the only ones that I said you can
The
ignore
only thing that
safely
you do
is
larceny.
is
Yeah.
larceny, and realistically also melee, because melee is using melee weapons to fight stuff. You probably don't really want to be doing that much. I mean, if you do find the chainsaw, it's hidden, but if you do find it, great. That's the one melee weapon that's not improvised or a knife. And fighting a giant demon with a knife, you can do it. You can Leroy. But okay. Is anybody not done spending their skill points?
Evan is here. I'm just trying to make this work over here.
Oh, hey, dude.
And
Evan,
John,
hold on one
like-
sec. Evan, in the Discord group, I made a separate Discord channel for the Doom campaign, just because I have
I
one
see
place
it.
to post the stuff. You're what? The engineer?
Correct.
Okay, there's a error in the character archetypes. The quirk for the engineer is wrong. So really quick, I'm just gonna take the correct engineer quirk and I will post that into the Discord. The quirk is obsessive. The rule for the quirk is that you must roll a willpower check to stop a continuous roll, but you can re-roll a single round during each continuous roll, discarding the original result. A continuous roll is a skill check that takes more than 1 round to complete. So if you're doing a really complicated task that is going to take like 5 or 6 rounds, then that you're locked into it for that 5 or 6 rounds. So there you go. Otherwise, that it should work. Once you have the character sheet up, just to really quickly try and catch you up, you have you're level 2.
For
So tell me, Jason or Evan, do you have it open?
Yes, it is open. I just need to know the points I can invest to
Okay.
So-
this.
if you follow the link I sent you, that'll get you access to the book I'm looking at right now. Yeah, it's on Discord.
Got it.
So-
I see it now.
That has a lot of fluff. Ignore the fluff. What you're looking for is going to be starting on page 6. It'll show you attributes, the 654 breakdown, basics of the stuff, some of the derived stats. Let us know about the derived stats when you get there because they're different for every game. Skills are also on page 6, 11, 7, and 4. Once again, the systems are generic for character creation, but this one in particular has other things. So you're going to look at the point stuff and the breakdown of the skills to get a basic understanding of what you're going to be updating exactly. And then I'm gonna keep this up as well. So if you want to reference that.
There you go. All right. So, Evan, chime in when you have questions on things. We'll make sure you get caught up on things. All right. With once everybody's done figuring out their skills, that's the vast majority of the character sheet. Only things that we have left. So armor. Armor gives you a defensive bonus to essentially resist taking damage and getting killed. In addition to that, though, there's also, and whose mic is hot?
I am muted, so it's not me.
All right. So
No mix always, but I have sound dampening.
it's all right. Good. So, anyways, the for body armor, their body armor also has an ablative quality. Most body armor starts out with, and you know what, Michael, this is actually a balance question and whatnot. The initial idea that I had, I've got two ideas. One, have all body armor start out like all body armor has 10 ablative plates to it. The other is that armor gives you it gives you as many plates as your total amount of health. Which one do you think works better?
I think the total amount of health makes more sense because it rewards people for kind of having more in the stat.
Gotcha.
Hey guys, I gotta get up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So, I'll pick up with you guys on the character gen for what I missed. If I'm can still continue.
Are you?
I'm
Okay.
getting tired.
All right, Corbin, is this your usual schedule? Most, like, every weekday do you have to get up at 5:30?
Yeah, and on Mondays I have to get up at 3.
Okay. I mean, given that we're looking at starting most of the sessions around 7:30 when most people are getting off from work, that if you can only stay on until 9:30, that's kind of brief.
Well, I mean, I can stay on probably till about 10:30.
Gotcha. We'll talk about it offline. We'll figure it out.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so your armor stat is going to be, you have as many points in armor as you do in health and pain. And that it just means literally any point of damage that you take, be it health or pain, gets absorbed by your armor until you have no armor points left. And armor points, you get them back by having to repair them out of combat, which that's one of the things that the engineer is good at. All right, so now we got through that. Oh, there we go.
Sweet.
Okay, and then at the bottom, so where we've got equipment, to begin. So this is one of those things where you guys, throughout the course of the campaign, you'll have points where you'll essentially have options, a fair number of options for like different weapons that you want to use at that point in time. To begin with, you guys, this is a Doom game. You are all beginning the campaign with pistols. So, congratulations. So if you go down to where you have the equipment block, you're going to put under item, just put pistol. Where it has enc, your encumbrance value, you're going to put 0.5. I actually might have to rebalance these numbers because originally when I was wrong as to how many points he would have in attributes, and I didn't realize that the one automatic point didn't count against your total. I balanced all these values based on the idea of people having an encumbrance value of a 4 or a 5 to begin with. Most people, I'm guessing, have an encumbrance value of what, like a 5 to a 7?
I got a 14.
Right, you're the heavy.
You have double, yeah.
Okay, well, honestly, this actually should probably still work out because this now makes it so that your body armor's encumbrance won't cripple you. Okay, so anyways, with the pistol, it's got an encumbrance value of 0.5. For damage, you're going to put a 6+. So that's the threshold that you have to meet or beat to hurt something. Kill threshold for it is an 8+. And ammunition for it, ammunition for pistols is unlimited. You don't run out of ammo with pistols. You always have the ability to fall back on them. They suck. So there you go. And
Can't suck.
What?
By virtue of having unlimited ammo, it cannot suck.
Well, yeah, no, it's always a fallback weapon. So, now, no, you guys can drop guns at various points in the campaign. So you don't, if you want to, if you feel confident in not having any kind of a pistol, then cool, you don't need one.
I will never drop this fucking thing.
Yeah,
Of all the characters, I'm pretty sure that Matt would be the first. Matt's character should be the first to drop it. For the simple fact
realistically,
that
yeah,
Matt can be like, yeah, I can carry all the guns ever.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, and like for example,
That being
most
said, don't just drop it for the fuck of it.
yeah.
No, I know.
Most of the think of it as if it's a light weapon, so a standard like a weapon that normally wouldn't need like a tripod or to be mounted on a vehicle, its encumbrance value is going to be between a 1 and 2.5. If it is a heavy weapon, it's going to be anywhere between a 3 or a 4. So that's just general reference. And I'm realizing I don't have I don't actually have it. I didn't write it down because it's not any different from the baseline one. Here we go. Okay. Combat knives. You guys have everybody has a knife. So the knife also has an encumbrance value of 0.5. And which realistically I'm gonna say 0.25 because knives are lighter than a sidearm. The knife has the same damage and kill threshold that the pistol does. So you can hurt things with it, but it's just not super easy. And for ammo, melee, it's a melee weapon. And then
remind us what the damage and kill threshold is for both the gun and the knife.
Damage is a 6, kill is an 8. And grenade, which actually at the beginning of the campaign doesn't make sense for you guys to have grenades. So there you go. We've got your basic. So we've got your basic items.
Straight. We basically showed up, and they went, yeah. So we're not going to give you guns. We're fighting demons. We're not going to give you guns.
No. There's actually plot line, man.
All right,
Okay.
all right. It's fine.
Okay, so the last thing that you guys have to add equipment-wise is the armor that you have. Under equipment, you're just, and I'd honestly say probably put this maybe at the bottom, or it doesn't really matter. There are two types of armor you guys have access to: light armor and heavy armor. Light armor has an encumbrance value of 1. It has it limits your maximum dexterity to 8. So in other words, it doesn't limit it at all. And if you choose to wear light armor, then where underneath your attributes, where you have the damage and kill stats, your damage threshold would be +1 and your kill threshold would be +2, which means that anytime that somebody tries to hurt you, whatever the target number is for their weapon, you add those values to its damage threshold and kill threshold. So if you were wearing light armor and somebody shot at you with a pistol, then their damage threshold would be a 7 and the kill threshold would be a 10. Make sense?
Mind you, there are situations where you have a weapon that will have a kill threshold that is higher than 10. If it's higher than 10, it means you cannot achieve the kill threshold with that weapon.
Exactly.
It's not possible.
So light armor is +1, +2
Yep.
damage. All right.
And then heavy armor, the damage threshold is a +2. The kill threshold is a +4. So heavy armor actually does a really good job at keeping you from getting insta-gibbed. Because the difference between these is if an attack meets your damage threshold or meets the damage threshold of whatever weapon is being used, it deals 1 point of damage. If it meets or beats its kill threshold, whatever it just was attacking is dead. So you can be at full health, and if something beats your kill threshold, you die.
So just to throw it out there, this is something that Ed was playing with for a while, changing kill threshold in combat heavy games to be more crit threshold. He did that a lot in Lost Legend, and basically you can do the normal like bullet style damage, and the idea that it has 3 bullets so it can hit 3 times.
Yep.
Dice wise.
But
and
kill
then the
damage
kill threshold wasn't necessarily dead. It's 4
extra damage
instead of 1.
Gotcha.
Which actually worked out quite nicely with that.
That's
that's up to you, but
so that's an ability that several of the larger demons have. They have inhuman resistance, and it literally is exactly what you just explained. So I have no problem with us having that for the players. So, I mean, note if you have 7 or 8 points of health, and a Hell Knight attacks you and beats in melee and beats its kill threshold, you're still going to die because it's doing like 9 damage to you. But positive, armor negates like kill threshold damage is normal damage against armor. So
also just throw it out there.
Yep.
What's the dex maximum with heavy armor?
Yep, dex maximum for heavy armor is 4. And your encumbrance value for heavy armor is a 2.
Excellent, thank you.
So that means that if your dexterity is above 4 and you are wearing heavy armor, your dexterity does not functionally count as being above 4. If anyone is at, or no one should be above their encumbrance threshold currently. If anyone was above their encumbrance threshold, then what happens is your character will start getting tired over time, but also you'll start decreasing your movement speed by 1 for every point that you are exceeding your encumbrance threshold.
What is the encumbrance of the light armor?
Light armor encumbrance is 1.
And I still don't actually understand how these health and pain pips work. I've got an amount of health, and I was able to. I was able to hang on. I was able to get it through my skull that small pips were to be clicked on, turning them black.
Yep.
After that, the whole thing turned into a.
How many points do you have? How many points do you have total?
8.
You have 8. Okay, that means that from starting at the top, working your way down, you should have 8 black small pips, and all of the large boxes that are below the black small boxes on the character sheet should be black, meaning that you don't have access to them.
Okay, so when the small black leaves off, the big black takes over.
Exactly.
All right.
And that goes across the board for health, pain, and armor.
Okay, great. I had it upside down. I really appreciate it. Thanks, John.
No, it's all good. Yeah, and the small blocks just mean that if you take damage, and when you take damage, you click and blacken the boxes out of your pool, and if you get healed, you can only heal back to your maximum health. That's what the small boxes tell you.
Right.
Yep. And the reason why the system, or why the scale maxes out at I think it's 13 is, well, on the character sheet I maxed it out. It ends up at 13 is because it's really hard to have more health than that. So.
Well, yeah, I mean you're talking 8 stamina, 5 size. You can't get higher than 13.
Yeah, exactly. So, all All right, and then the last thing is on where you have the ammo chart. So the magazine of bullets, that is your light ammunition. The bunch of rockets, that is your heavy weapon ammunition. Yes, I made the artwork and whatnot for that myself. So you're going to click the top block for both of them for ammo, for full ammo, because you guys are going to start off the campaign at full ammo for both heavy and light weapons. Caveat on that is going at the game mechanics that I wrote out for this. Okay, ammo status. So the way ammo status works, rather than tracking the ammunition of every bullet individually, ammunition is divided into two categories, light ammo and heavy ammo. Light weapons, such as shotguns and assault rifles, use light ammo, while heavy weapons, like rocket launchers or chain guns, use heavy ammo. Each weapon clearly states what type of ammo it uses. A character's ammo status reflects their cohesion checks and determines what weapons they can use in their next combat. So if a character's ammo status is on full ammo or half ammo, they can use any weapon that utilizes that type of ammunition for the entire duration of the next combat. If a character's ammo status is low ammo, they can use any weapon which utilizes that ammo type for the duration of the next combat. However, they also have to increase the threshold of their cohesion checks by 1, because that represents how your character is getting freaked out by running low on ammo. Then lastly, if a character's ammo status is out of ammo, they cannot use any weapon which utilizes that ammo type for the duration of the next combat, and they must increase the threshold of their cohesion checks by 2. So for example, if Tom has low ammo for light weapons and half ammo for heavy weapons, then he can use both light and heavy weapons during the next combat, and he has a +1 modifier to his cohesion checks. If Bill is out of ammo for heavy weapons, but he has full ammo for light weapons, he can only use light weapons during the next combat, and he has a +2 modifier to his cohesion checks. When leaving combat, all characters must perform an ammo check. The ammo check I already went over. It's a survival check. The target number is based on survival intelligence. Target number is based on the length of the combat, so how many rounds the longer it lasted, the harder it is to pass without losing ammo. If you get 3 successes or more on that check, your ammo status doesn't change. If you get only 1 or 2 successes, the ammunition stat you reduce the ammo status of one ammo type that you used in the previous combat. So if you only used light weapons, it has to be light weapons. You reduce it to its next lowest level. And then if you get no successes, reduce the ammo status of all ammo types used in the previous combat to the next lowest level. If you only used 1 in the last combat, you reduce it by 2 levels. If you get 1 fumble, you either reduce the ammo status of all ammo types to the previous that you were used in the previous combat to the next lowest level, or reduce the ammo status of 1 ammo type that was used in the previous combat by 2 levels. This time it's the GM's choice, not yours. If you get 2 fumbles, it's basically the GM gets to choose 1 ammo type that you run out of.
Don't fumble on those checks.
Yeah,
that's what luck's for.
Exactly. Now, in between combat, you can share ammo with other characters. It literally works that you give somebody a level of ammo, yours gets reduced, theirs gets brought up for the same type of ammo. I could read the full rules text. That's the general gist of how it works. But this part is important. Characters can only give ammo as long as they have at least 1 weapon which uses the same type of ammo. If they don't, then the character is considered to be out of ammo for that ammo type, but does not suffer the cohesion check penalty for it. This represents how some characters wield heavy weapons or light weapons almost exclusively, and thus they would have no need to carry ammunition for weapons they do not have. The first time a character picks up a light weapon or heavy weapon, their actual ammo status for that weapon's ammo type will be determined by the GM. So all that means is if you pick it up in an armory and there's a box of ammo right next to it, you're probably at full ammo. If you pick it up off a corpse, it's probably not going to be at full ammo if it's the first time you picked up a gun of that type. So, anybody have questions on how that stuff works?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yep.
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
Exactly. There's one more thing when it comes to cohesion, just because it's written on the character sheet, but right at the bottom of the health, pain, and armor box, there's it says +1 to cohesion threshold when at less than 3 health or pain. Does anyone need me to explain what that means?
Nope.
Okay. So, congratulations. We have successfully built the basic characters. You guys have to fill in what your character's name, age, height, weight, and background are. So,
Background mystery.
There you go. You're a man of mystery.
I'm
All right.
I'm an international man of mystery.
Awesome.
Just one question on my side. I
Yep.
just need to know how to derive the health and pain and armor.
Okay, you
values.
add your size and your stamina together, and that is your total number of health, armor, and pain points. So all of those have whatever that number is.
Gotcha. This is World of Darkness here. I can see where this came from.
So, all right.
No, it's not.
That sounds like Camarilla propaganda.
Yeah. I mean, Era is its own system. So, yeah, it's its own thing. But yeah, I'm sure it has inspiration from a few other systems. Anyways, with that all done, it's weird that the medic is already not here for this, but
One's guns. So yeah. Herb didn't want to make toys.
Like,
Herb didn't want to make
battle tech
toys.
this?
Yeah,
Huh?
and this is one of those things where, like I said, we'll have to figure out time-wise whether or not that is actually going to work, because I mean, realistically, it's a weeknight. If we're gaming on weeknights, then for this campaign, then going until like midnight's probably not the best idea. But ideally, I would want to be able to go to at least like 10:30 or 11, especially if we have a rolling show up like we have a tendency to do. So we'll have to
laugh a little bit about it, but I gotta get up at 5:32. But I'm still sitting here.
Yeah. Well,
Fucking burn. Call the medic for that fucking burn.
for everybody that we still have here, who's interested in actually starting?
I'm game. Why not?
Evan is good right now. I have a character, thank fucking God.
All right.
And it just needs to go forward from there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
so
I'm
then
into
that.
it.
So what we're going to do then is we are going to cut into the actual backstory stuff. I'm realizing that I actually didn't prep background mood music and whatnot, and that would take too much time to figure out and get synced in OBS. So
You need to add Groovy to the chat. But
actually,
anyways,
now that I think of it, that actually wouldn't be all that hard. But whatever, we're gonna go without music this time.
Yeah, don't do
Good.
background music. I
Thank
have my
God.
own.
So if our characters die, like, is that it? Do you come to our house with a fucking shotgun and put us out of our misery, or?
No, I think you make a new character because that's a stupid concept. What the fuck, Matt? God damn it!
So Matt,
He's been back.
Matt.
He's been back
Yeah.
for an hour and 15 minutes, and we're ready to kick him out again.
Matt,
jeez.
it's quite likely
I love
that
you, Matt.
it's quite likely that characters are going to die. if characters die, then we'll basically see where in the campaign you guys are out. If it's right before, all right, we've like gone through the portal, we're battling in hell. Hey, look, Jimbo just happened to walk up. He's been here for weeks waiting for backup. Like, that's probably not going to happen, but in most circumstances,
Jimbo will definitely pop up, but he may or may not be a demon.
What are you guys talking about? Been here the whole time.
Just letting you know, my character, like, his family was full of farm boys, and all of his brothers' names were the same. The only thing that's different was their last names. Well, and they all took the same path in life and all learned the same exact thing. In other words, I'm just gonna, like, if I die, I'm just reloading the character.
That's Matt.
Oh, nice.
I don't feel like making a new character.
Gotcha. So you're gonna have a bunch of redundant character sheets, like in Gamers 2.
I'm literally gonna change the last name.
Take cover behind the mound of dead bards.
The important question is: do they get like successively more retarded as time goes on?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Inbreeding.
I'll keep on. Well, no, they have different last names. That's all. Their first names are the same.
Yeah,
the last names are different.
They have different
Their
last
mom
names.
was a whore.
That's how they tried to cover it.
No, Matt, them having different name, like hyphen names, like, you know, okay, this one's Jim Bob, that one's Jim Murray, that one's Jim Charlie. That doesn't mean they're not related.
No, I get it. They're like the Ninja Turtles. You just change the color of the bandana.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, when you have very lazy, when you are not paying that enough money for the animators to care, then yeah, that's the solution you go with.
Hey, the voice actors cared, and that's something, right?
So funny random story from my childhood. When I was like 6 or 7, when I was a little kid, I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And
cool.
I was I was watching it. My dad was like, he was in the kitchen, so I was watching it. And then like as like the episode was ending, 6-year-old me I turned to my dad and I said, it's like, you know, it's really weird. Like at the end of every episode, they don't actually solve any of the problems. Like they always point and they're like right there, they're like, hey, the bad guys are getting away. And it's like, well, but you can run after them and you can catch them.
No.
And then like the next episode, you wouldn't have to fight the bad guy again. And my dad burst out laughing and like walked out, like had to like leave the room. And then I was so young, I didn't understand why, but yeah. Yep. Just chase the bad guys.
Yeah. You got that Cobra Commander logic.
Yeah. Oh no, he's getting away. It's like he's actually like 10 feet away from you. You can totally catch him. He's actually like limping away really slowly.
Just remember, guys, G.I. Joe, the show where there was actually a character named Snowjob. I'm done.
Cobra Commander only just shot mist steam out of his face mask. It didn't actually blind us. He's still standing there. Catch him.
I remember in college we watched an episode of G.I. Joe as a group because there was like the G.I. Joe movie first one was coming out, and it's like we destroyed our childhoods through this exercise because just we realized it's like, okay, so they started the fight, both sides started off 50 meters away from each other roughly. Both sides are charging at each other. Everybody's firing. There's like guys with jetpacks shooting at each other. Any inanimate objects that's shot with a blue or red laser explodes. Any person that's shot just falls unconscious. But like this fight goes on for like 6 minutes, and both sides just keep charging at each other. And we realized it's like, wait, but they only started like 50 meters away from each other. So here's where you can conceptualize it. They were basically jousting past. Both sides are jousting past each other with assault rifles over and over again.
The range on the Star Wars ARs is like what, 8 feet?
Yeah.
Yes, that's accurate.
Somebody actually a long while ago had managed to like managed to calculate what the muzzle velocity of blasters in Star Wars is, and it's only 85 miles an hour. So
you can dodge
the
that.
idea,
You can dodge that.
Well, you could from very far away, but which is actually why in lore and whatnot of Star Wars, most sniper rifles actually are projectile weapons.
Slug throwers, yeah.
Yeah, but that makes the concept of like a Jedi being able to like deflect the blaster bolts. It's like, well, if they're only moving the speed of a relatively fast like baseball, then that actually is way less unbelievable than it otherwise would be. I mean, it's still unbelievable, but like it's weird that the muzzle velocity is so low.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what we're gonna do here? Everybody's gonna tell everybody what their character's name and rough. Really, I mean, there's not that much room on the character sheet for your background, so everybody's gonna explain what that is. But first, I'm gonna just like set the scene and whatnot to begin with. So, the year is 2145. The location is Mars City in Daedalus Planum, Mars. Population 3.7 million. So the site of the first permanent settlement on Mars, Mars City has retained its position as the most densely populated region on the Red Planet. After the discovery of the Argent Rift and the development of Argent energy-based technologies, Mars City has expanded to become the primary exporter of refined Argent to the rest of the solar system. While the Union Aerospace Corporation effectively controls most of the operations on Mars, thanks to their monopoly on Argent production, Mars City itself is still operated by the United Nations. While with the growing dependency on Argent technology, every nation on Earth seeks to ensure their access to this vital resource is not disrupted, and major nations began deploying military forces to Mars City in 2117. After a series of small-scale skirmishes threatened to escalate into an all-out war, the Mars Security Compact was signed in 2122. Establishing a multinational garrison force known as the Orbital Security Heavy Assault Force. This garrison force provides for both the security and law enforcement of Mars City and across the Martian surface more generally. You are members of this force. And you can theoretically be from any country's military and whatnot, just whatever you want to be. But there you go. That's where you guys are. So who wants to start us off for explaining their backstory and name?
I'll start. Okay, so my character is a scout. His name's Pavel. If you can guess what the Russian shortening or affectionate nickname for Pavel is, you win a firm handshake. Pavel has been promoted to Lance Corporal 4 times. He has been demoted back to PFC 4 times. For a variety of reasons. English is his second language. That's it.
Okay, so scary Russian guy who goes off on his own.
Yep. See something shiny.
That makes sense. That's good. That's good. And so you're just to go through and explain your if you want to explain your character's squad role and squad, like your quirk and your abilities.
Absolutely. So his squad role is a scout. His quirk is that he is incredibly lucky, but I have a 50% dice penalty on all of my persuasion rolls, and I am a generally disliked individual by many of the NPCs due to my attitude and having been NJP'd 4 times for theft. Also, I had 2 luck points that were free due to my uncanny ability to avoid actual physical harm. Pavel's never broken a bone despite being witnessed falling from great heights onto his head multiple times. Also, I've got the speedy trait. I move at double my speed unless I'm encumbered. Also observant. Character is very observant. I can re-roll all of my perception check non-successes from the initial roll, whether in or out of combat.
Okay.
If you block it with your face.
Yeah. Yeah, and encumbered is a status that is the status that you gain when you exceed your encumbrance value. So, okay.
Which is going to happen really quick when I fill up the Santa sack I carry on my belt full of loot.
Cool. All right. So then we've got next up. We've got who wants to go next?
Sure, I'll go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Matt.
Character's name is Paul J. Blart. Squad roll, workhorse, quirk, single-minded.
Okay, and yep, explain what single-minded does.
Single-minded, basically, if I have to sit there and think things through, like figuring out a pass key or something for a computer, or trying to fix a motor, anything that really requires thought. If I fail a will save or will check, I start punching it and trying to break it. Basically, I use brute force to try to fix things.
So, like at the end of Zoolander, the files are in the computer.
I guess.
What is this? A reading school for ants?
Yes.
How can they learn to read if they can't even fit in the building? Exactly.
So hot right now.
I know English and 9th grade level Spanish.
Oh, there you go. All right. So awesome. So we've got our heavy. So then we've got so who wants to go next? Next up, who we got?
I think I'll take this one. We have. Sorry, I need to pull it up. This thing's like juggling.
Well, while he's getting it together, Michael, why don't you go?
Well, I play Rico James. What? You didn't cut out. What's up? You what's up?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, I'm playing Rico James as a young, ambitious douchebag. He's very big on, I guess, keeping everybody in line, but he's kind of an asshole about it. Actually, he's not young. I forgot about that. He's kind of middle-aged. And he doesn't like to take shit from people. So he definitely tells people to go fuck himself on a regular basis.
How many days away from a retirement is he?
Well, that all depends on how bad the scenario is. I guess we'll find out.
So the character's nickname is Rico, so I guess we can all say welcome to the Roughnecks.
Absolutely you can, motherfucker! The bottom line here is, and this is the important part, if you don't do your job, I'll kill you myself!
Oh,
All right. So
just remember, this is for all you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. Don't do your job, I'll shoot you myself. Do you get me?
he's given that explanation while everyone's just like basically like doing like you guys are actually part of like a logistics unit, so you're not actually really supposed to be doing much fighting or killing, so it's kind of weird, but whatever. Sarge he goes off sometimes.
It's a penal battalion.
It is a penal battalion, yeah.
This is not an illustrious assignment.
Team role, I am the team leader, so fuck y'all. Grizzled, so it's +2 willpower for rolls to avoid horror when I have feasibly seen the same or worse. So if I can legitimately be like, that ain't so bad, I get a bonus. Otherwise, it's, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm kind of an asshole, so I have a -1 penalty to instruction and seduction. So basically, when Pavel and I don't get along too well, I've tried to, we'll just say I have a -1 to that roll. And then I also have chain of command, so I decrease the threshold by 1 when performing a rally action. So when I decide to make you guys not suck anymore, I am good at it. And then also I've seen it all. So once again, after a successful horror roll, which I would get a bonus on if I've seen it before, I don't have to make a roll again for the rest of the combat, or an hour, unless something of higher tier of horrible happens.
So a guy's legs get shattered, and you're like, yeah, that'll buff out. Salt tablet.
We'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Yeah, but then when the legs apart from the body stand up and start attacking people, then he might.
I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. But wow.
I'm glad we've clarified that.
Yeah, this is important to understand the difference between horror and what the fuck.
Wait, are there disembodied legs that are going to be hopping around after us on the map? Wait, hang on. Whoa.
Is this actually Ash versus the Evil Dead? Like,
I mean, you don't know. You don't know as of yet.
Just remember, John has not playtested this yet, so we don't even know.
I have not, and this is not, while in the lead-in, I mentioned if you guys have played the Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal video games, both of which are awesome. Personally, I kind of preferred 2016, but the Doom Eternal is amazing in a lot of ways, but it also is really, really, really annoying because I appreciate how they changed the how they lowered the amount of ammunition that you have so that you can't just use like 1 or 2 weapons and you have to cycle through all of the weapons to be able to manage to get through stuff. And like in a lot of fights, I will run out of 100% of all of my ammo across all of my weapons and then be frantically running around trying to not die. And so, like, I appreciate and I understand their justification in that, but at the same time, it's one of these things where I wasn't running around with, like, the super powerful weapons in, like, in 2016. So it's just, it's kind of a little bit annoying. So, whatever. But if you play those games, the whole Argent energy stuff, that's an aspect of the more recent plot line. Think of this is a merger of several of the Doom games plot lines. So
we cherry picked all the coolest shit, and here we are.
To a certain degree, yeah. But
with the exception of the players.
And just to throw it out there, as Michael mentioned that he lowers the target threshold for using the rally action. So rally is a combat action, meaning you can't attack when you do it. Just to explain it really quick, at the start of their combat turn, if squad cohesion is broken, which is the lowest status it can be, a character may forego performing any attack actions to attempt to rally their comrades by performing a persuasion and charisma check with a threshold of 9. If they achieve at least 3 successes, then improve squad cohesion to strained at the start of the next combat round. If a rally check is failed, it may not be attempted again for 3 combat turns or 30 seconds. And the reason why you can't keep trying to attempt it is you can't afford the time. You have to go back to trying to shoot stuff again. So on that, the getting 3 successes on a check where on a D10 you have to roll a 9 or a 10 is really hard. So the fact that the team leader lowers the target threshold to an 8, that gives him a bit of a bonus to it. So, and just to throw it out there, because it's something that's not actually noted on the character sheet, because it affects everyone equally. So squad cohesion represents how well the characters are coordinating their actions as a team at any given moment. When entering combat, after all characters have performed a cohesion check, compare the results to determine squad cohesion. Or squad cohesion status. I should edit that. if all characters succeeded with their cohesion check, then squad cohesion improves to the next highest level. However, if as a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, if at least one character failed their cohesion check, then squad cohesion worsens to the next lowest level. There are 3 levels to cohesion. Confident, this is what you start out at. At the beginning of each combat round, characters may choose where in the initiative order they want to take their turn this round. So in other words, when your cohesion is at the top and you guys are confident and you really think that you got this, you guys get to ignore the dice results for initiative for yourselves, and you get to just pick when you act in initiative order. The next level below that is strained. When your cohesion level is at strained, you use normal initiative order processes, and then the lowest level of cohesion is broken. For broken, at the beginning of each combat round, enemies may choose where in the initiative order they want to take their turn this round.
That's not cool.
Unless,
so don't break.
Yep.
Get good.
Unless otherwise specified, squad cohesion begins at the highest level at the start of an adventure. So there you go. That's the basics of how it works. And a cohesion check when you take it.
Change some wording there. I think you should change adventure to mission, deployment, or some other bullshit military term.
Sure, we'll go mission. Mission, scenario. We'll say mission. All right. And then, so cohesion checks is when entering combat, roll a number of dice equal to your cohesion stat, and the target number is a 6, but you have to factor in any additional modifiers. Theoretically, if you have all of the negative modifiers, you can have a +6 to this roll, in which case you can't succeed unless you roll a 10. Yeah, so you don't want to be at 2 health, 2 pain, and have no ammo on all of your weapons. At that point, you freak out and you become Hudson from Aliens. So,
but Hudson was a badass at the very end.
Exactly.
I'd rather be Hudson. I'd rather be Bill Paxton in Aliens than Bill Paxton in True Lies.
That is very true.
Oh, sweet Jesus, please no.
While he was an asshole, my uncle actually was an extra in True Lies. Random story.
Shit, really?
Yeah, he was one of the extras in the mansion, because the mansion that in the opening of that movie is actually one of the mansions in Newport, Rhode Island. So
yes, I did know that.
Bro, I've been working in Newport, Rhode Island. You gotta tell me which one so I can go break in and get fired.
Bruh.
Yo, bro, no homo, but maybe you're like a little too drunk to drive, brah.
All right. So who's Evan? I think that you're the only one who hasn't gone yet that is still here. So Evan, tell us your character. Did he disconnect or something?
No, Evan's listed.
Oh, okay.
Evan, you there? We can't hear you if you're muted. Step away.
Well, while he's away, I can tell you guys what his role is, but I think it would probably be better for him to do it. So the actual session part of this stuff and whatnot tonight, once he's explained who he is and all that, that's when we'll that's after that. We'll jump into the actual session. We're not going to go all that long tonight because we're basically just going to do the very beginning parts of the introduction and whatnot.
John, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up at 5:30.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? My bad. Evan, you there?
No.
Do you hear me now?
Yes,
We do. Yes, we do.
Thank fucking God. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm having to fight my microphone over here on top of everything else. I switched over to my actual voiceover mic to make this work.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I like the extra effects the voiceover mic puts on your voice.
Yeah, you're getting some reverb.
Definitely sounds sexy.
Oh crap.
Just turn me on if you know what I'm talking about.
No, you just sound like you're talking deep.
Son.
Are you a smooth R&B DJ on a radio station tonight? That's what it sounds like.
And Evan tonight will be playing the role of Deep Throat.
And tonight, your man Savior going to be narrating for you on The Quiet Storm. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh shit.
No, my guy, Nagumo Kaden is his name. Japanese military in play. He, I'm gonna fight this thing sooner than later. But anyway.
No, you sound good.
He,
no, don't change it.
I fucking love it, dude. It's great.
Just so you know, I have no idea how you guys do it. So, to continue.
Oh shit.
Nagumo Kaden drilled into his head by his family that he's descended from Admiral Nagumo, who was the Navy admiral who was in command of the Battle of Midway and lost.
Right. Yeah. No, that's cool.
So, instead of actual command and trying to get into military, because hey, demilitarization, like for centuries, he's actually gotten into how naval construction actually happens. So he's gotten into engineering, and he does want to actually design and build naval ships one day. He's just boots on the ground learning how it goes, and has been doing that for the past 7 years or so.
I mean, that and college money. So.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
So he is indeed an engineer in this case. He is grizzled according to this.
I put it in the Discord. There is a error in copying and pasting.
No,
things
he's
into the
obsessive.
there you go. Yep. Okay.
Obsessive, right? Sorry. So obsessive is his thing. Where he's laser focused on whatever project he's gonna be doing. Then I gotta look up where in the Discord that is actually.
Yep. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna repost it into the Doom thing. So.
All right. But beyond being obsessive, he
There
is.
you go.
Mr. Fix-It. So, all right. Thank you. Going to obsessive. I need to roll willpower check to stop a continuous roll, which. Thankfully, willpower is actually one of my highest stats on this thing, too. So, beyond that, Mr. Fix-It. So, whenever I'm repairing items or equipment, my successes are doubled. And I'm also the Demolition Man. So, demo is my thing. And any enemies that are caught in something I'm destroying, they have to make a willpower check before acting after I do an explosion, which I cause.
Yeah.
They're stunned if they fail.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's enemies. If they are within 20 meters of any explosion that you cause, which is actually pretty sizable in the maps that we're using, they have a chance to get stunned, which means that they basically can't do anything until they aren't stunned anymore. So you having a AoE damage weapon would not be the worst idea in the world. That being said, with the way that stunning usually works, a lot of the enemies are hard to stun. But yeah, for additional specialties is good. And he's not here, so I can't really say what his character's backstory and lore is and whatnot. But I'm not 100% sure. I think that Corbin's if I remember right, I think that he's James. But he is the medic. He's the medic for the squad. And the medic's quirk is, damn it, I'm a doctor. So, focused as they are on ensuring the health and survival of their teammates, this character can't afford to be slowed down. This character cannot equip heavy weapons under ordinary circumstances. Then his role abilities are expert field medic. The medic is an expert at patching people up in the field. When healing people in a non-medical facility, heal 2 times as much damage when healing with medicine. In addition, they may choose on each healing action whether to heal pain damage or health damage first. This does not apply to self-healing. Normally, when you heal pain before you heal health. And then his second role ability is trauma care. If provided with the proper facilities, the medic can work miracles. When healing people in a proper medical facility, double the number of successes and heal 2 times as much damage when healing medicine. Essentially, it's the exact same thing as the other ability. You just double the number of successes. So, that being said, he doesn't have. There was another ability that was a toss-up as to which one he would have. He does not have Physician Heal Thyself, which gives him a boost to healing himself. So if the medic goes down, you guys probably aren't going to know how to fix him.
Yeah, I know how to fix him. I fail my will save, and my character starts fucking pounding his chest.
Exactly, brute force.
You CPR his ass.
Leeches and salt water.
I have 1 medicine. I will diagnose his goddamn foot.
Hey, before we get further into it, I have a favor to ask of Evan. Evan, are you there?
Yes.
Evan, can you do me a favor?
Yes, I can. What's up?
Could you please say jive turkey?
Say what?
Jive
Turkey.
Just give me, just. I'll leave you alone. I promise that's fine. I won't bother you anymore. Just give me one. Come on, man. Come on. That or right on.
Giant.
Your voice is so low because of that mic. You sound like you should be named Darnell.
Oh shit!
No, it's signaling that there is a reverb in here.
Come on, scrap the Japanese character and do like Jerome Taylor from like South Carolina. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
At least I'm not doing an accent for the Japanese guy.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you are a douchebag.
Oh shit!
It's okay. It's okay. It's good. You sound great. You sound beautiful. You're the best.
All right.
It's usually better over my actual voiceovers.
I think the best part is that it gets lower as he talks.
Thank God this is being recorded for posterity.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It is the best.
Okay. Out of curiosity,
Real simple. I'm really glad you're here, Evan. I know we're busting on you, but I'm really glad you're here.
We're all glad you're here, bro.
Would it be any entertainment without me?
It would be. We've been making fun of Matt, and Matt's boring to make fun of. He just gets mad and screams after a while.
Yeah, he rips these greasy ass fucking burps right into the mic like he thinks he's like ha ha ha, like, you know.
Yeah, kind of constantly. Honestly, it's it's a thing.
Like, yeah. Well, pretty soon he'll be with the group again, so we can just hit him for doing that.
For real? Okay. I was gonna say, Matt, did you run away already? Don't run away.
No.
Okay,
Discord has like a bad habit of everybody will go silent, and the only way I've found to fix it is leave and then come back.
Like the BattleTech campaign, leave and then come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leave and then come back.
Silent. Shit, they stopped talking to me. I guess I'll come back now.
Well, hey, I mean, him popping back into the campaign, that's something where we've had a plenty of time to be able to figure out a way to get some more characters and more blood into it. So
Absolutely.
So I realized that while I was able to put on, and I'm pretty sure that it's in the stream, put on some music, to set the mood. It turns out that Roll20 has, since the last time I actually ran a campaign in Roll20 was like 5 or 6 years ago. And since then, it looks like instead of you just being able to have a music track from YouTube, it looks like now they have this whole manage your audio in the jukebox thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at the jukebox right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. That's one of those weird things. I don't know. That's how I was planning on playing music. I don't know how to make that work. And unless somebody has a really easy play a YouTube music thing for Discord, then I guess you guys will have to watch the recording of the stream to get the full benefit.
Let's not set music up, please.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Just a quick question about Roll D20.
Yep.
All the dice rolls are electronic. They're on the system, right?
Dice rolls are going to be on the system, yeah. I still, and we were troubleshooting at the beginning of tonight, still having some issues with, really, that just came up today. I finally managed to figure out how to get it so that the gun-mounted flashlights and whatnot for the characters, because lighting and line of sight is very much a thing in this. Finally got those to work properly, and now Fog of War is glitching on me. So no idea why, but whatever. It is what it is. The overall So, anyways, we might not get that far into actual Roll20 stuff and whatnot tonight. We will see how far we go. But anyways, let us kick into the actual campaign.
Roll20.
Oh, do you not have the link and whatnot for it?
It's in there, and I'm looking at the thing, just waiting for the game to launch.
Yeah.
Where do I click on launch game?
So the link that is in the Discord, that should bring you into the game. I see that you're in. Okay, I see that you're in the campaign. It looks like you aren't actually on the map, so maybe I have to reload it.
Or maybe I just need to click launch game.
Yeah, I think you need to click launch game.
Or is that you?
You click launch game. That will bring you into it.
Processing.
All right, and let me on the stream here actually cut to the maps, which I have spent. So one of the side effects of COVID-19 is that the original concept and idea that I had for what the maps are going to look like, how complicated this was going to be, that got a lot more complex and advanced because I had way more time than I was expecting. So, why is this not showing me the right one? Hey, here we go. Okay. Got it on the right page. Bam. Cool. All right. So there we go. There are 5 of you guys. Let me assign character tokens to each of you. Let's see. This one. All right. Yep. Jacob is Corbin. So, all right. Got that one for Evan. We got this one for Jason. We got that one for Matthew. All right. Here we go. This one will be for Michael. Okay.
My thing just timed out.
All right. So everybody has a character. I'm gonna say. So if you double click on your character, I'm really quick going to just put for like a nameplate on each of them. Put the player's name, and feel free to immediately double click and change it to your character's name. Michael, and we're here. My Matthew, Evan, Jason, Michael. Okay. Well, that's weird. I guess without so it would be Jacob, but he's not actually here. So for some reason I was thinking, how the hell did I get it in my head that we had 6 players instead of 5? That's weird. All right, so there we go. So everybody, does everybody see on Roll20, see the maps and all that?
I see my map.
Cool.
I'm here.
Right, let's see.
Ow, fuck.
Disable chat avatars.
Obnoxious fucking character names and shit in the front.
Is there a way to make it so that the little like character like windows and whatnot
Disappear?
make those go away?
Yeah, because they're huge.
Yeah, like I can move them around, but they are very, very large.
They're taking up like half the screen. Let me see what I can do.
We are not. Well, I've spent a lot of time building the maps. I am very new when it comes to the streaming side of things, or the scripting side of things with Roll20, and there's some functionality that I have not yet 100% figured out. Roll20 hide.
So guys, go to
Yep.
go to settings on the right, my
Yep.
settings, and then go to games. Scroll to game or chat avatars. You're looking for names only.
Okay, so I got.
Nice.
So on the top right, you said settings, and then as we're looking down, where are you seeing avatar's name only?
So you get the game settings, and then it says chat avatars, player, video, avatar size, names only.
Names only. Sweet. Perfect. Thank you.
And then you can set them to either top or bottom.
Gotcha. I think bottom works fine. Okay, cool. So really quickly, just for people who have not used Roll20 before, there are some hotkeys that are beneficial for this. So basically, there's really just 2 of them. Think of this as the in-game tutorial. So part 1 of the in-game tutorial is knowing how to move your character around. You click on your character model or your token, and you use the arrow keys. Every space that you have them move is going to have them move 1 space. You'll notice you have a small pool of light around your character, and you have a flashlight. That is your character's illumination. All other illumination needs to come from the environment. So, yeah, there you go. That is very much a thing. Now, the next one is how to rotate your character. So rotating your character, which is, you know, visibly demonstrating what direction you're facing, but it also, to a certain degree, will have like an actual in-game effect. So the way that it works, you click on your character and press the E button, E as in echo, and then just use your mouse's scroll wheel, and every little like movement of it should rotate your character by 45 degrees. So everybody see how that works?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You cut out quite a bit.
Okay, click on your character.
Yep.
And once you have clicked on your character, you are going to hold down the E button, E as in echo, and use the scroll wheel on your mouse. And that will allow you to rotate your character. The alternative way to rotate your character is when you click on your character, you'll see a box of points pops up around them, and there's a little spoke sticking off at one end. If you click that, you can drag and rotate. It's just easier to do with the E button and the rotation on the mouse.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go and purchase a mouse because.
Like I said, you can just do the drag, like drag rotate. Okay. And in terms of like the values that go on the top, so like for your character, you've got, if you double click on your character token, you're going to see that there are numerous bars. The bars on top is where you're going to put down what are your health stats. So on that, red is going to be, so bar 3 is going to be your health. So you're going to put your current health and your total health. Your blue value is going to be your armor, and your green value is going to be your pain. So that way, you know, everybody, if you want to find out how much of what does somebody have, you just click on it, and that's going to tell you. Short answer, to begin with, you're going to have the same number in all 3 of those. All right, and then the last thing to show off in the on this stuff right now, for just familiarizing you guys with the characters, is if you right-click on your character, you're going to see a bunch of options pop up. Go to the bottom one, multi-sided, and then click Choose Side. And that, that's going to pull up a slider, and the slider allows you to select what weapon you want your guy on the screen to be holding onto. Realizing one thing that I'm going to have to figure out a way to fix potentially is that the flashlight is going to be off-centered from the chainsaw guy, because the chainsaw is the only weapon where it's not like facing exactly the same direction. I need to figure out a better solution for that. But
oh, excellent! You can use the arrow keys for that.
Yep. So yeah. So there you go. That's the that is the interface. At least for figuring out things for your how your character's set up. To begin with, like I said, everybody's going to have pistol. Pistol is just going to be the furthest to the left weapon option. So. All right. So with that, really quick, just to go over how you roll dice. So in this, I'm going to enable 3D dice, and if you guys look on your, so on the left upper side of your like interface here, you'll see there's like a menu, bunch of tool tabs. And you can look down and you will see a die value. It's the second lowest one, right above the like help icon. So with that, if you want to roll dice, so say I want to roll 5d10s, I do that, and there we go. And they actually get rolled on the field. so everybody can see. And then if you look in the chat log for the game, it's going to say what the effect was. You can also type roll, and then you'll see it explains how to do it. Yeah, yep, / roll, and then you type out what die rolls it is that you're looking to do, and yeah, that will give you the values and how to do this, at least until I set up dice rolling macros, which is one of the many things that I intend to do on this. I also, before I get to that, I have to handle setting up dynamic lighting so that light from fire actually flickers like it's burning, and also do a bunch of other stuff to unscrew up the fog of war. And scripting is easy with this if you understand JavaScript. I do not understand JavaScript, and thus scripting is hard. So, but with all that said, why don't we actually jump into the campaign for a little bit? And at least, if we have enough time tonight, we can at least get to the adventure. So, all right. So where we are going to start off, as I already had mentioned, you guys are part of the multinational military garrison, so that keep the peace, keep any one country from claiming full control over vital resources on Mars. In order to do that, we everybody's agreed that it's like, well, we'll all share, because that is realistic to how actual foreign relations works. I say with no sarcasm. All right. So, we have, you guys are going to be as you guys are starting out. Things have not been going all that well of late on Mars City. In Mars City, you've had essentially recently a increase in the increase in a lot of problems that are going on. You have people that are essentially falling ill of a variety of increased assortment of different illnesses, but especially cases of mental illness previously undiagnosed seem to be popping up with kind of extreme frequency. Lots of additional workplace accidents that, basically, you guys, if you thank God that OSHA doesn't mean what it does in reality, because if it did, you guys would be seriously overworked dealing with just how many workplace accidents have been going on of late. Given that nobody has been able to identify what the cause is of the recent rash of violent psychoses and whatnot going on, the chain of command above you has decided that they want all of the military and other government personnel to be psychologically screened, to essentially see whether or not you're fit for duty. Yep. What? No, go ahead.
I just said, well, my character is fucked.
Matt, shut up. Be quiet. Nobody likes you.
And so you guys, where we are kicking off, the party begins at the medical clinic, as the entire garrison is undergoing mandatory health screenings due to the recent unexplained outbreak of episodes of mental illness afflicting the population of Mars City. As we actually cut into the scene, we have the last person getting screened, which also provides a good opportunity, should any of you guys to have not passed, for it to be explained to them discreetly. Michael's character is the last one Rico is the last one who's getting screened. So you're basically you've just finished going through the generic kind of what's your sanity, what's your favorite color, how often have you thought of killing your boss? If you haven't thought of killing your boss, why? That's kind of unusual. That full kind of that full kind of screening thing is what you guys have just been going through. Now,
the tortoise is on its back, baking in the hot sun, but you're not helping it, Rico. Why is that?
exactly. So you are talking with a Dr. Casian, and as it comes up, he's explaining that, the man looks tired. Guy in his middle age, kind of average doctor and psychiatrist. Overall, there are a few odd things about some of the people in your on your team, Sergeant, but I don't see any. There's nothing about nothing like what we've been seeing going around lately, whatever it is. And
I'm the good fucked up kind.
exactly. So I don't see any reason not to clear you guys for duty, and especially, we're understaffed here. I understand that there's that you guys have been getting a bit overworked trying to keep the peace. So I would like to request before you go, I would like to request that you inform your push forwards to your superiors my request again. I submitted it like 3 times at this point, asking for increased staff to be requested be sent from Earth, because I have only 2 clinical psychologists on staff. We've been working 16-hour days for the last 2 weeks, and unfortunately at this point, while we haven't had any real episodes and whatnot from it, I'm afraid that the increased strain is going to potentially increase our susceptibility for, you don't want the psychiatrist to.
We don't want
start
the bikes going crazy. That would just suck. Yeah, I'm sure I'll pass it along to my bosses. They get a little stuck in the paperwork sometimes. I'm sure you'll get something soon. Don't worry. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Are we free to get the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. Are we free to leave this fine establishment now, sir?
Yeah. Just need to have you fill out some paperwork just to acknowledge and clear everybody for duty. So he basically passes you a electronic data board for you've moved up the chain a little bit, so that comes with paperwork. So while you're in a room waiting with dealing with that stuff, everybody else is basically kind of like out in the common area waiting room, and let's see. I want to have I'd say everybody else. We're gonna do our first roll of the campaign. So I want you guys to do it's going to be a perception check. So this is going to be it's out of combat. It's a observation. Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that observation intelligence observation. All right.
Intelligence investigation. A passive check is wits investigation.
Oh, okay. So this is passive, so it's going to be a wits investigation. Okay. So everybody, I'd say everybody other than Michael. Michael's or Rico. Rico's tied up. So
Matt, did you take investigation?
So wait.
No, I did not. So
I love you. If you don't have the skill, it's intelligence plus your luck, but you're rolling 10s. So your target number is -3 off the base number, which is usually 7, so it becomes 10s.
Excuse me, so I add up my wits and my investigation, and that's how many d10s I roll?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
So I add up my wits and luck instead?
Yes.
Yep.
Difference being that Jason will succeed on 7s. You will succeed on 10s.
Okay, I got a +6, I think, because my wits is a 4 and my luck is a 2.
Yeah, so you have 6 dice. So you
Okay.
take 6 dice and you roll 6 dice, and you only get a success on a 10. Mind you, a success is a 10. It explodes, and you may re-roll that 10 if you want.
All right.
So there's an option here for exploding, and I can click none, separate, or compounded Shadowrun style. What should I do?
Yeah, I would hit separate. I don't know. It highlighted them for me.
So it's /
Open the
roll.
generator.
God damn.
So there's my roll.
If I'm reading this right, I just made what? 3 successes?
Fuck with
No, you made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, and you get to re-roll the 10 as well. So you can roll another D10 because it explodes. Yeah. Good. So now you have additional success. So you're looking at 6 successes.
Got it. Target number 6.
Oh, my target number was. I didn't enter my target number. Shit.
Target number 7.
mine's 10.
So, yeah. So Matt, you fumbled. You do have a single success. You can re-roll that for another die. But you are currently sitting on a minor fumble.
Sorry.
All right, I'll just leave it as is then.
Should this target number arrow be pointing right or left?
Should be pointing right. Be greater than whatever the fuck it is.
All right, I'm gonna re-roll.
Equally, fuck it.
I'm gonna re-roll. Here he goes.
Okay, so I stepped away for a moment so that I could get some water. So I overheard. So Matthew fumbled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pavel got 6 successes to that roll.
6 successes.
You have a
Impressive.
+1 listed there. I don't know why you have the +1 listed there, but that's what's giving you the extra. So you only have 5 successes, but you get to re-roll the 10.
Okay, I'll want me to re-roll. I'm sorry, I'm still learning this system.
No. Hold on. Jason, you're good. You have
5 successes.
Look at the numbers. You got 8, 7, 10, 7, 9. So that's 5 numbers that are 7 or higher.
Yeah,
so you got 5 successes, but then you have the 10, so you get to re-roll the 10 as well.
I'm gonna re-roll 1 D10.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, so you didn't get a
5 successes. Cool. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay. So if everybody's rolled, so we've got Pavel has got 5 successes.
Yes.
Matthew's character got
Minor fumble.
okay, got a minor fumble. Evan, Evan, your character do anything?
Yeah, he had 6 successes in that perception.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm actually this is fun and exciting. Okay. So, all right. So, while all this stuff, or while Rico's in talking to Dr. Casian, you have Matthew. What's your character's name again?
Paul.
All right. I'm gonna change it because it's bugging me on your character here. Paul. There we go.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me change it. I tried to click on it. It was like, haha, fuck you. You don't have privileges.
Oh, that's weird. All right. So
not see if the other.
So,
here on the quiet stone.
I can't see any of the other who on the map, but that's all right now.
Evan, would you please say, truly you belong here with us in Bespin City among the clouds, Princess Leia? Could you say that?
God.
Could you write that down first?
Oh my god. I can't get over it. Like it's awesome sounding. Like it really is absolutely fucking awesome. Knowing how you talk,
yeah.
and then with this modifier, it's just like wow. It's amazing.
Evan, people who don't know you genuinely would have no idea that this is not what you actually sound like.
Oh, definitely.
Oh man, you should have said anything, John.
Colt 45 works every time.
Oh shit. Okay, so with all of those all that stuff, we're gonna go with okay. Since he got the most successes, so Nagumo, as you know, waiting. You guys are kind of just like loitering around. Probably be as we'll say that it's you're just standing next to a door or walking down a hallway, and you overhear out of one of the other rooms. You hear another one of like the mental health screening counseling session things going on. And so this is what you hear. So you hear basically two women talking. The one that you did really well on your perception stuff, so you know it's Nurse Martin is talking to somebody else. You don't know the other one's name. So the nurse says, your foreman mentioned in his report that you had some sort of a panic attack while repairing a ruptured conduit in Sector 37B. Can you guide me through what happened? This is bullshit. I'm not crazy, and I want to go back to work. No one thinks that you are. We just want to make sure that you're ready to go back to work. Now, can you tell me why you were trying to open the airlock? Fine. Michael and I were repairing the conduit, and I was tracing a fault back to the source by the airlock. He had to go back up the shaft to get a tool, and that's when you heard the voice out inside the airlock. That's what I thought. I heard someone call my name from inside the airlock, and I went to look, but there was no one there, and I figured it was just an echo. An echo? Sound travels funny in the maintenance shafts, and sometimes you'll hear echoes from things kilometers away. Well, that sounds unnerving. You get used to it. Anyways, it wasn't until I heard it a few more times that I figured that someone was messing with me. I went into the airlock to look for a hidden radio or something, and that's when I heard what it was saying clearly. So you heard the voice speaking to you from the airlock. No, it wasn't inside the airlock. It was coming from outside. He was out there calling to me. Your husband. I don't know. It sounded like him. He was in pain and alone, and he needs me. He needs you? Didn't your husband pass away 3 years ago? I know, but now he's out there and he needs me. I need to help him. Susan, please calm down. No, this is bullshit. Can't expect me to just leave him out there. I need to help him. Orderly! And then you hear basically the one struggling and screaming, let go of me. Let me go to him. I have to let him in. So, out of curiosity, in this situation, would Nagumo do anything to help, or would he basically just like walk away and it's not his business?
It does sound like someone is in distress over there, so Nagumo would at least get eyes on and investigate.
All right. Well, you basically open the door to the room, and or as you go to open the door to the room, you hear essentially some furniture like fall to the ground, somebody yelp in pain, and as you go to open the door basically like slams open, and middle-aged woman like bursts out. She has a wild look in her eyes, and she has basically is holding a like a stool, and you can see inside the room that she's, you don't have enough time to fully assess her condition, but the nurse is down inside the room. And around the hallway, nobody else on staff is like nearby and has heard. So, what do you do?
Call for the rest of the team that's immediately available, including the medic, to help break this up and subdue peacefully, or at least neutralize the woman from swinging anymore. Just restrain her.
Okay. So she basically, like I said, has kind of like a feral, semi-crazed look in her eye, and sees you in front of her, and basically moves to try to like dart past you down the hallway.
Catch her if I can. Try to get her attention without getting hit.
Okay.
Am I able to act at all, or?
You're in the lobby. He's in a different hallway.
Alrighty.
I mean, you guys do have like squad comms and whatnot.
So
Right.
They should have heard.
So just to explain it, the medical clinic's relatively large. You basically were describing what are you doing within about a 6-second window as she bursts out of the room and moves to run past you down the hallway. So, are you calling to summon the team? Are you trying to physically stop her? Are you trying to communicate with her? You can really only do one of those things within a 6-second window.
Crud. Okay.
Never engage alone. Just gonna put that out there.
About to tell us don't split up the party. No. Seriously, don't. Anyway, Evan, so what do you do?
Well, my first action was indeed, when all this started, was to call for the team.
Okay,
so that was going to be the case.
All right, so you call for the team. She basically bursts by you and kind of caught you by surprise. So she runs down the hallway. And what do you tell everybody else?
Pursue.
But which direction did she go?
Yeah, like so she's basically heading towards, like, roughly towards the lobby area. Realistically, from where she is, I'd say it's probably going to take her about like 15 to 20 seconds if she runs flat out to get there. So basically, she rounds a corner around the end of the hallway, presuming that Nagumo's like taking off after her. As you like run around the edge of the hall or end of the hallway, you hear basically she knocks one of those little service trolleys over and knocks another like staff member down as she's screaming at people, "Get out of my way!" And it's basically like running, again, brandishing a stool. If she wasn't seemingly mentally deranged, it would probably be comical. So again, so it's like you got about 15 seconds before she reaches the lobby, and there's just double doors to get out. What do you tell the rest of your team as you're running after?
I tell them to stop her and hold her before she hurts herself or anyone else.
Okay. So there you go. We've got.
Okay.
So we've got Pavel and Paul. You guys are are in the lobby. We're gonna say that the medic's doing, like, I guess elsewhere, because I don't, whatever. So okay, you hear from Nagumo that sounds like there's like somebody running down the hallway towards you.
So we're ahead of him. She's now getting away from him, coming towards us.
Yep.
Okay, great. So Pavel is in one of the chairs with his patrol cap pulled down over his face, trying to take a nap when he hears that.
Okay.
And then he hears I'm assuming here's the slap, slap, slap of her fucking sneakers coming down the hospital hallway.
Yes.
Okay, great. And he's gonna get up. He's gonna get up, kind of, kind of get up, draw himself up to his full height, and get ready to throw something at her fucking legs, like one of the like the fucking like one of the little collapsible chairs, or
okay,
like, you know, something like that, just to stop her, trip her up, because he's literally just woke up from a really nice nap.
So you're going for the AT-AT strategy. Interesting.
Yeah, fire the tow cable.
Okay.
You worry about those towers.
All right. What's Paul doing?
He's gonna like wait around the corner, and I'm gonna get ready to use brawler style to fucking dome this bitch.
So I just want to say, is it possible? Are the chairs bolted to the ground? Or can I just pick up the chair that's like I was?
Oh no, they're not, they're not bolted. They're you know.
Then
you can get a folded chair. Okay.
So pick it up. I'm just like waiting for her to go around, just throw it at her, like just to make her jump and stop, or just like hit her in the legs.
Okay, so you guys, you know, you prep in a couple of seconds. So deranged woman starts. She basically bolts down the hall and comes into the lobby. So for this, it would be, well, I guess it would be a brawl check. So probably brawl and brawl and strength. Yeah. So. Let's see.
So
yeah, there you go. Brawl and strength.
So I have no brawl. So is it now strength plus luck?
It would be strength plus luck. Okay, so
chair, right?
What?
He's throwing a chair or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Melee.
Okay, melee and strength, or melee and dex?
Melee and however you want to flavor it. Strength makes more sense than throwing it.
Yeah, melee and melee and strength.
Okay, I have 2 in brawling and 5 in strength.
Okay, so that means that you have 7 dice.
Okay.
So you were attacking her. She is a panicked civilian. She has a defense of 1. She is, however, not aware of you, so she does not gain the benefit of it. So you roll the full 7 dice. Your target number for this is going to be a 7.
Okay.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
Okay.
I was about to have an excellent dream about shore leave, and she fucking ruined it.
All right. So that means that you got 3 hits. So now you have to basically roll. Literally, all you have to do is 1 point of damage to her to be able to successfully trip her up. So
1d10.
Yeah.
Chairs are 8s. We used it earlier in the empowered game. We literally beat the shit out of people with a fucking chair.
Yep. So
I'm not trying to kill her. I'm just trying to like trip her up. That's all I'm trying to do.
So yeah, so the way that this works, it's a melee combat. So you have it is an improvised weapon. I think the target threshold sucks, but crap. This is in the Era survival book. Is the one that has it. Character creation, armory, and equipment. Here we go. Equipment details. Literally, I'm just looking for the. It's one of the earliest ones. All right. I think that we are going to use. Here we go. Rusty pipe / makeshift cudgel. Damage threshold is an 8. Kill threshold is 10. But there you go.
So 1d10, target number is an 8?
No. So the number of hits that you got, you re-roll that number of dice. The target number is an 8.
Gotcha. Target number's an 8. Rolling 3d10s. Here it goes. Here it comes.
Yeah. And for okay, and then for Matt, you've got what did
2 successes.
Okay, you got 2 successes. So that means that you basically huck the chair kind of nonchalantly and still looking bored and a bit exasperated. You just like huck the chair down, and she gets tripped up. So she basically goes sprawling forwards. Doesn't completely like face plant, but definitely stumbles like onto the ground. Kind of has to go onto like hands and knees to be able to try to recover herself. So Matt, how was your attack roll?
I think I got 3 successes because I got 3 9s. The rest were failures.
So you have so you don't have brawling, right?
Yes, I do have brawling.
Oh, you do have brawling. Okay. Then yes, you have 3 successes.
4 successes.
4
successes. So, what are you're physically brawling?
Yep.
So you're like grabbing her and fighting with her? Yeah. So brawling is a different type of skill, and actually, your target number is 5 for that.
Oh, all right.
And they basically make like an opposed roll against it, so there's no defense and shit.
Oh, you're talking about grapple, right?
The face. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
I mean, is he not grappling her? I figure the idea.
Oh
would be to stop
no!
her, so
It's right. Yeah. So with this, you're right. So with grappling. So yes, target rolls is 5, and then she has
Hey,
her roll for the void. No.
So
Like she's
it'll be normal then.
okay. So then you got 3 successes. Target threshold to do damage to her is a 5. Target threshold to do damage is a 5. Roll. You've got three successes. So roll 3. Roll 3 dice.
So I thought brawling.
Oh,
was
5.
punching.
Sorry, you've got. So for unarmed strikes.
Unarmed combat.
Yeah, unarmed combat. It's the 7 is the target number to be able to hit her, and so you have 3 hits. Now roll 3 dice to see if you damage. Your damage threshold is 5 plus the target's damage modifier, which she doesn't have one because she's not wearing any kind of protective armor.
Do I get to add my strength at all to this, or
no? That's already factored into how many dice you rolled.
Okay. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
Listen throws a chair, she trips, and lands on your fist.
Yeah, just okay. So yeah, she had 4 pain HP. So Pavel like trips her up and kind of is expecting that. It's like, oh, okay, great. So like now like, all right, so now you grab her, and like before Pavel's able to like finish explaining, okay, now grab her. Paul literally just like freaking haymakers down and literally just knocks her the fuck out.
I want to point out this is actually the most in character thing he could have done.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone said, "Hey, don't be stupid," and he went "Durr," and then bashed the shit out of the situation to solve it.
So is it like a comm link in our call where we're talking to each other on, or is it actually like we're just shouting?
Oh, like you're
aren't
like
in gear, so you're probably just yelling.
Yeah, you're in the same room as him. Like he's like 2 meters away from you.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. How long have I been working with Paul? How long has Pavel been working with Paul?
You guys have been on the same team for like 6 months. So
same team's a strong way to put it.
Okay. So what Pavel's gonna do is he's gonna see that, he's gonna put his hands on his hips, he's gonna look at Paul, he's gonna go, well, yes.
What? I'm sorry, you cut out.
He's
gonna say Molodets, which is very good in Russian.
I nod with approval. Yes, thank you. He
Well,
says,
I'm sorry. And what's Evan's character's name again? No, is it what is it?
Nagumo.
Nagumo.
Nagumo, your round eye has been secured.
can I like pick her up
Is
and
she
throw her
okay?
on my shoulder and just
Well,
Wait,
based
wait,
on the
wait,
roll that
wait,
I
wait,
just
wait.
made, she is like so. Based on the roll that I just made, she is unconscious and not dead.
yay. I didn't
Yep.
just fucking haymaker her face into the
No,
goddamn
he says to me, "Is she okay?" He goes, lightly used.
Yeah, like as the question gets asked, she just like kind of like spasms and moans, but doesn't regain consciousness. It's like, oh, she is alive.
Paul-
Yes.
Paul
Nagumo goes and looks. Nagumo looks back to where she came from to see if there's anyone following or chasing after.
Gotcha. Oh, all right. So yeah. So while that's basically while that's going on, so you have the basically coming down the hallway and kind of like holding on to her head, obviously having been like cudgeled with a stool. You have the nurse basically coming down the hallway, and she doesn't really stop to thank you guys for what happened. Instead, just like starts shouting at one of the like some of the orderlies who have now shown up to restrain her and like basically restrain her and bring her to holding. All right, restrain her and bring her to holding with the others. So, all right.
Nagumo does ask what was happening to her.
What was happening to her?
Getting their side of the story.
Oh,
Yeah, he asks them, "Is she okay? Will she be okay?"
Oh yeah.
Paul chimes in and says, probably not with that concussion.
Pavel produces a flask and undoes the top, and then offers some to Nagumo and Paul.
Paul takes them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, you
Do
get
I have to give it? Wait, because he's holding the unconscious woman. Do I have to like feed it to him like a baby? Like you take a small sip. You take a small sip. Like it goes down his chin. Like God, like a horse. You are like a horse. No good. No good.
Awesome.
Well, Paul would try not to laugh, but also like trying to swallow the vodka that's going in his mouth. He'd be like, "Thank you."
Paul's gonna laugh. It's all in front of the staff. Nagumo's right there. It's a disaster zone. It's perfect.
Awesome.
Remember, it's 11 a.m. But we've been working 16-hour days.
Well, yeah. So they do. So they do get. So you know they get her under control. Nurse says that she'll be fine. Like this isn't the first time this has happened today. She's just gotta basically has to suck it up, and her next appointment, and she mentions like, well, should be hopefully next appointment won't be as bad. That's so just some guy came in saying that he had insomnia and nausea, so hopefully it's something more normal. So yeah, so okay, so while that's going on or getting resolved, as she's the limp form of the formerly deranged woman is being carried off. Basically coming in through like the ER entrance, you have some EMTs that are wheeling a guy who's basically like kind of growing like very obviously and noisily in pain and you see that basically as like he's kind of getting in processed and whatnot, and the staff there just are asking like what happened, like what are we prepped for. One of the EMTs says, "Oh, some idiots tried to fix an air processor without turning it off first." You have one of the guy who appears to probably be the co-worker of the injured man. Who's following along is basically just like shouts back, "No, we fucking didn't. I unplugged the damn thing first. It just turned on somehow and caught Bill's arm." EMT. unplugged machines don't just turn on. I'm telling you, this one did. Sir, I'll need you to take a seat in the waiting room. One of the psychologists will be with you shortly. What? This is fucking bullshit. So, that's, no. That I think is where we will cut back to Rico with Dr. Casian as he's wrapped up his paperwork.
John, just real quick.
Yep.
Do we have pistols in retention holsters?
You do.
Excellent.
You do.
TikTok, it's war crime o'clock for fucking Matthew.
Let's practice medicine.
God.
Yeah, I don't think it's an old Yeller situation quite yet.
Listen, the whole technical things, but scene change.
Yeah, so back with Rico as you're finishing up with the paperwork with the doctor. It's saying, like, I'm not certain who to report this to, and I'm too busy to chase it down, but the city administration needs to take the recent problems more seriously, man. Like I said earlier, I've yet to receive a response to my request for additional personnel, and I don't think they understand the scale of the problem. Like in the last week, we've seen a spike in the number of psychological issues we're seeing. That's honestly unprecedented. I mean, the number of reports indicates that 10% of the overall base personnel have shown symptoms, and many people won't come in for this type of thing. The number of affected personnel might even be upwards in like the 30 or 40% range. So, like, you know, I'm glad that Colonel Berrien seems to have taken this seriously enough to have you all screened, but he hasn't responded yet to my request for guards to be posted here at the clinic. And while most patients come in complaining of headaches and nausea, many of them show signs of paranoid delusions that were previously undiagnosed, schizophrenia, and some have even become violent. And like we've had several nurses and a couple of good doctors out with similar symptoms. Now I've got 2 orderlies out due to injuries sustained, restraining patients. Even fully staffed, we can't cope with the increased demand, and I can't afford to lose any more staff when a patient grabs a scalpel and starts screaming about how their skin is wrong. So, yeah.
Listen, Doc, I can't help you with that too much. There's only so much I can do. But why'd you just log off? What the fuck? I mean, I don't know how I can help you with this, but I mean, I'll pass it along. Boss got a lot going on. All of us do. It's things aren't quite as easy as they were previously. It's getting hard out there. I know what you mean. I can pass it along, but I can't guarantee anything beyond that.
Well, I mean, if that's all you can do, great. But yeah, here, and he kind of like futuristically like swipes onto like your little like data pad thing, like a copy of his "we like send me more staff" request. So yes. So anyways, so he thanks you and kind of. Let me rephrase that. He doesn't really thank you. It's more that he kind of grumbles and passes it to you, and then.
Yeah, I figure it's more of he's looking for a sympathetic ear to bitch about things, and okay, fine, I'll listen.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, there we go. Is that going to actually produce that? Well, oh, nope, that's not the right. That's not the right thing. Move the browser and music just randomly changed to something even more sinister. Okay.
The chase music from the Benny Hill show.
No, to sinister demonic chanting, which
nice.
Yay!
That's a later episode. Okay. So all I'm doing really quick is prepping I have to upload an image here really quick just to show what happens next. All right. So next thing that happens, you guys, as you're in the lobby, continuing to, see see the like random weird shit happening, and Pavel just slowly slipping out of his flask while he's on duty, because that's totally normal and okay.
That's absolutely 110% normal, especially if Sergeant Rico's not around to break his fucking ass for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Hey, Rico ain't there to see it. Someone tells me you did it, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I mean, Rico is literally walking down the hallway back towards the lobby at the moment. So, actually, this is a good point. Rico, give me a perception check.
So just really quick, when I see Rico coming, I just drop the woman and salute him.
He's a sergeant. He would be very angry about this.
It's gonna be 3.
So okay. I want so Jason, have Pavel do a stealth check, if you would.
Cool. It's just my stealth, nothing else.
Yup.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. What's my
what attribute?
What's my target number?
Your target number on this? I'd say a 6. Yep. So it'd be stealth and stealth and wits probably, because it's like a reflex thing.
Okay. All right, stealth and wits.
Yep.
Target number is 6, D10s. I'm making the roll. It's gonna pop up. 3 successes as he frantically stuffs it down his pants.
Yeah.
You got 2 10s as well, yeah. I mean, defender wins. You get that anyway.
Yeah, so. Yeah. There you go. So just barely manages it.
Well, so right. it's in his briefs now, so it's like, God damn it.
All right. So
I remark on you having a very large penis right now.
Well, he knows that Sergeant Rico knows what the outline of the flask looks like in his chest fatigue pockets, and will like just punch the flask as hard as he can into his chest. We've been over this. It's like, Boisimo.
Gotcha. Well, so while that is all going on, you have let's see. That is the timeline of events. I realized I didn't actually write down the full stuff afterwards. So, what happens next is, as you guys all link up together, whole gangs back together again in the lobby, the doors open, and you see these kinds of guys coming in. So, really quick, you are able to recognize UACs. So you guys are the military, like actual government force and whatnot in Mars City. The United Aerospace Corporation, the cool monopolistic entity and whatnot, at least according to the commercials. The commercials literally say that they're not a sinister giant mega corporation. So, I mean, you got to take them at their word. They have their own like corporate security elements. And so, there's a team of, this literally, like in the picture, team of 6 of them that basically walk in. They are substantially more well armed than you guys are at the moment, which is kind of an odd thing to see in this situation.
But not as drunk.
Right. Well, and basically as they pop in, the guy in red armor who's directing everybody, or seems to be the one in charge, basically they walk up to the reception desk, and when they walk up to the reception area, all right, so you guys are near enough that you are able to basically overhear the tired orderly that's working at that's manning the desk, who now is kind of like looks up. It would probably be a bit more curious or concerned about what was going on if he wasn't so tired. He just looks up and is like, "Yes, can I help you?" and in a kind of electronified voice. These guys have like cool, more fancy gear in a lot of ways than you guys do. UAC has a tendency to flop that sort of stuff. You've heard that there's some kind of that they might have combat cybernetics or something like that, but not you don't necessarily know whether that's true or not. So, but one of them just tells them it's like you have a Dr. Jonathan Wills that was admitted here. He's UAC staff member. He's to be released to our custody immediately. So, in this situation, who wants to? I'm going to say just generally, this is something that you guys would kind of know, given your job and your career field and all that kind of stuff. You guys are not currently in a Union Aerospace facility. So these guys don't have any legal authority.
I have 2 intimidation and 2 persuasion and 2 charisma. I don't know if any of you took any of those.
I'm in charge, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So
I'm basically gonna walk up and be like, does he have a rank on him, on this fucking dude that we could kill and get points from the little chip we can rip out of his chest?
No,
Oh,
he
God.
does not. He does not obviously have one.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna introduce myself and I'm gonna say, what the fuck was my rank? Sergeant? Corporal?
We'll say you're a staff sergeant. Yeah,
Staff,
we'll
all
say
right.
staff sergeant.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What?
Oh yeah, you're a fucking lifer, bro.
Yeah, whatever. And you're drunk. What's the problem?
You don't know that. Stop metagaming.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Like you can tell when my character's drunk and or sober. That's a laugh.
I mean, probably not. You slur your. I don't even know what you're saying.
That is true.
So I'm gonna walk. So I'll walk over and so this guy's addressing the staff, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna clear my throat and say, is there a problem here?
So he basically one of the ones in white armor just kind of like body blocks your path just by standing in front of you, and tells you and just says nothing you need to worry about, soldier.
That's fine. Maybe you want to tell me what the fuck you're doing in this facility. That could be a good starter here. You don't have any authority here, so maybe you want to enlighten me as to what you're doing here.
Excuse me. I just want to say, if I may, what I'm going to do is I'm going to elbow Paul and then like jut out my chin towards what the sergeant is doing, but not move.
Gotcha. So you're all kind of like getting aware, or you're all aware of what's going on, obviously.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I tell him to put you put the bitch down. You put bitch down. Paul.
You know what?
So all right. So the reaction that you get is the guy who is body in the face off and whatnot with Rico gets cut off by the one who is obviously in charge. It's like, Boris, get in line. Not your role. The guy in red armor walks over to you. You can you can tell at him glancing. It's kind of the immediate like size up evaluation thing that usually doesn't happen quite as overtly. Sees your name tape and rank. It's like, Staff Sergeant James. We were summoned and dispatched because there's a member of UAC staff that was reported to have gone missing approximately 6 hours ago. We got a ping that he had come here and had turned himself, basically come in to the hospital, checked in for something. I don't have the details on what. All of our staff have, as you know, have locator chips on them. We're just following up on this location, trying to recover our personnel. As you know, overseeing the safety and security of UAC personnel is our job. I'd appreciate it if you just allowed us to do it.
Does the Japanese guy warn us all that since this dude's wearing red, he is absolutely positively like the ultimo hombre of the group, and like don't fuck with him because anime.
Okay.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you might have to.
All right, so I'll say to the has anyone from the clinic said anything like, oh yeah, the guy's here, let me go get him or something?
The guy, no, basically you had the orderly was basically saying something basically citing a HIPAA regulations as like, well, I mean, unless you have like proof that you're essentially next of kin or that you are the medical what is it, the
primary care physician.
No, not primary care. Well, primary care physician one, but really the person that has the right to
the doctor that's got all this shit.
The person who the medical designate, the person who, if you are incapacitated, has the authority to make medical decisions on your behalf. So unless you can demonstrate that stuff, I can't disclose personnel records, whatnot. Basically, the equivalent of "show me a warrant" kind of response. So
yeah, real life. That's been on the news late. That's been on the news for exactly this situation. Let's hope no one arrests people this time.
Yeah. Aren't we the authority around here, though?
For the most part, they're asking questions, though.
Military authority, but law enforcement?
In this case, yes, you guys actually, the majority of what you do is law enforcement. Like the purpose of the multinational garrison and whatnot is to prevent there being any kind of military conflict on Mars. So you guys, this is one of the reasons why it's not a very illustrious posting. You guys essentially are just the local cops.
So, oh my God, we're rent-a-cops, like Paul Blart.
Does that mean we all have handcuffs on us? Because Pavel's gonna take his handcuffs off.
Pavel's not allowed to have handcuffs.
That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit.
This is a bullshit.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit,
Sergeant. I want the fucking handcuffs. This bullshit.
I'll fucking steal him off fucking Paul's belt because he's a fucking jarhead and has no idea, and I just put him on my belt. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I tap on Rico's shoulder. Sergeant Rico, I've misplaced my handcuffs again.
Meanwhile, Pavel's in back, like he's got them on one finger. He's twirling them over his head like panties. Like whoop whoop. Whoop.
All right.
I don't know where they keep going.
Anyway.
Okay. So we're the authority here. So this is a situation where, I guess I'm looking at, they're looking for orders specifically. Cool. Then give me proof. Like it's not that I don't want to help you. It's just that they're not going to help unless they have some kind of proof of anything with this particular fucking can't even think. I'm not going to pull my weight around here unless I know for a fact, unless I have orders that this is what they're here for. It's not that I'm going to actively block them. but this facility's under our jurisdiction, and you know, I don't think anyone's going to start a firefight here.
Oh,
but
come on, don't be bitch. Come on.
Don't be beached. So I guess I'm just gonna
rattle off the regulation and law necessary to make this warrant actually happen, which is what
the medic
the,
could, but so could the doctor that's actually in the hospital too. So it doesn't matter. The point is, so I'll offer to help the guy, but I'll tell him that, you know, this has got to be this. You know, we're not doing anything shady and shit here. So.
Well, so, you know, as you explain this, and you can't really read much given the full concealing body armor, the guy who originally had stepped in your path, basically he starts to, he appears agitated. He manages to say, listen here, you washed up Renacop piece of shit, before he gets cut off by the guy in red armor. And literally, not by the guy doesn't say anything. Literally, he just like reaches out and like body, basically stops the guy very obviously and glares at him, and looks back at you and says, "Of course, we will work through proper channels on this, Sergeant. Thank you for your professionalism and your assistance in this matter." And then he just turns around, and the rest of his people follow him out.
I'm gonna blow out. No, I'm not gonna antagonize. I'm above that. I'm above antagonizing. I'll let the jackasses on my team do it for me. All right, cool.
So, all right, you guys are cleared to go at the hospital. And as you know, you're finishing checking out, you obviously this place is not necessarily the best place to be around, but it's not your job anymore. And this took longer than it was supposed to. You need to head back to the Marine Command HQ. So, or at least that's where you need to check in at least.
I would like to just talk to the doctor I was talking to previously, the one who was looking for, you know, aid and whatnot, who I gave him the distinct impression that I was gonna do him a favor, and pass up, you know, to my boss this. So I just want to convey to him that, hey, you know, those were UAC troops that came in looking for Doctor, whatever the fuck his name was. I'm not saying he's here or not. You don't have to tell me, but you might want to pass that information along to him, because I don't think I'm pretty sure they're going to come back. So if there's something going on, you might want to make sure he knows they're looking for him.
Let Dr. Fuckface know.
All right. Interesting. I want you to make a persuasion check. So this persuasion is persuasion should just be persuasion and charisma. I'm gonna say the target number on this is a 6 because you already agreed. You implied that you were gonna do him a favor and whatnot. You know, scratch his back, he might scratch yours, kind of thing. So there you go.
How about 5?
You got 5 successes?
Yep.
All right.
699.
Caleb Netherwood's magical dice cup strikes again.
So he tells you to wait. All right, wait a moment. He basically goes over to a terminal, checks through some records, and then he's able to tell you. All right, let's see. Because it's under a timeline. Campfire is an awesome app when it comes to keeping track of what the fuck happened in your, or like what the fuck is happening in your campaign. plan-wise. All right. So I have that we did have a Jonathan Wills who was admitted after complaining of suffering from insomnia and nausea. He wanted to essentially get checked out. He was supposed to fly back on a shuttle headed out to Earth this morning. It looks like he missed his. I guess must have missed his flight. Like I said, came in for that. I don't have anything. I don't have that he checked out, but he checked in 5 hours ago, and we had a incident earlier in the day where another patient had been admitted, was complaining mainly of migraines, and was left alone in an exam room 5 for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes he was unattended. He managed to carve 3 symbols in his arm and cut his own tongue into 2 halves, and then he went and attacked the 2 orderlies that I mentioned earlier. While that was going on, there was a lot of confusion in the place, and we haven't had time to fully account for everything, but based on the initial reports, some supplies are missing, and that we don't have full head count of like all the patients that we're supposed to. So I don't see. He didn't check out, but I don't think he's here.
So let me just recap. Sounds a little more than you got some disturbed patients. You had somebody literally etch symbols into their arm and then cut their tongue in half?
Yeah, I mean, immediately prior to cutting his tongue in half, when he was, being confronted by one of the orderlies who's off about why he felt the need to do that, he mentioned that his skin was wrong, and I believe I already told you about this earlier.
You mentioned that you had someone who believed their skin was wrong. They didn't go into details. I figure that's some kind of maybe they had some chemical burns or something. This sounds a bit more serious than I thought.
That's why I keep asking for more personnel.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely all right. Well, shit. Okay. I mean, I guess that's what we got to work with. So.
Well, thank you. And
from Nagumo, if
yep.
you can ask anything.
Sure.
Nagumo overheard one guy who said that the fan turned on its own. After he was recovered after that incident, did anyone check the fan itself to verify?
So you track down the coworker who came in with him, who's basically in the waiting room with everybody else, because they're like, hey, thanks for coming in. We're gonna check your sanity. And it's no way related to you saying that magical things that can't happen with machinery is happening machinery and removing people's arms.
Hey, I have a quick question. Just want to confirm that the rest of us in like the lobby waiting, like intake area, that the fucking the Ultramarines have vacated the premises.
They have, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, yep. Carry on.
What is this Ultramarine shit? They were blue. They were red and white.
I was gonna. Pavel was gonna light up a. Pavel was gonna light up.
No, they were too. They were too normal to be white scars.
Pavel was gonna light up.
Hair coming out of helmets.
Pavel he was gonna light up a cigarette, and when they said "You can't smoke that here," extinguish that immediately. While staring at them, he was gonna eat it.
Such a fucking whack.
What?
The best part will be when the doctor comes out. He's like, I'd like to examine him. I'm like, nah, he's just fucked up. Don't worry about him.
Hey, Pavel's no fool. They show him like the ink blot, and he's looking at it. He sees a burning Chechnyan village. He's like, "That's a dog." And goes, "Okay, how about this one?" And he sees like a mountain of dead civilians. He's like, "That's another dog."
His beautiful butterfly.
It's a beautiful butterfly. He's the best. He's then the last one he sees the Baba Yaga's hut. He's like, "Oh,
my god,
that's another puppy. I have to go. I think about to hear now."
Reports are going to be very interesting to hear later.
Oh fuck!
Shit.
This bit. Look.
But anyway,
Nobody will scream. You go, "Hey, get my guy Jean. She is getting away." I go, "Hey, what's going on?" This peach comes up. I throw the chair. And Paul, he comes up. It's like Muhammad Ali. Bang! You know, he's the rumble in the jungle. Boom, boom. She goes down. I'm like, at a show. It's like, nobody. You know, you're round-eyed pussy. We got it for you here. We pick it up. We bring it to the room. You go do your thing. It's fine.
Nagumo, bud.
Yeah. Nagumo. Different ethnically Japanese campaign. You're a character from different campaign.
I'm calling you both Mr. Gojira going forward, just to teach you both a lesson.
Do it.
Oh shit.
Anyway, so I'll take I'll basically just take that information from him, and reassure him that I'm gonna pass it up the line, that I'm gonna go to my boss, and just as a side note, I'm actually gonna do it now, because shit, that's pretty bad. That don't sound like someone's off the rocker. That sounds like something's really fucked up.
And does Nagumo get anything out of that other guy too?
Yeah. So Nagumo, basically in asking, the short answer is yes. They took it apart. The things were essentially, the arm was kind of mangled inside of it. And they weren't able to basically figure out anything that was physically wrong. It didn't have an external or internal or alternate power supply. Overall, it's one of these things. It doesn't really make that much sense, but this isn't the first case of people getting hurt on the job with weird ass shit going on, and all of the maintenance staff are high strung. You've essentially got people that are so as he puts it, we're having even harder time keeping up with workload, because now almost none of my people are willing to actually, he's like basically a supervisor, so none of my people are actually willing to go down into the maintenance ducts on their own. Everybody's demanding that they go with somebody else, because people keep hearing weird noises and weird shit keeps happening, and like we've had literally 5 times as many injuries in the last 3 days as we have in the last 2 months. So at this point, nothing's really gonna start surprising me. So basically, that's the main stuff you're able to get out of it.
Gotcha. And if Nagumo had more time, he'd love to look over those reports. What priorities right now?
Yeah, I mean, you would be able to access them for sure. So, all right. So you guys, unless there's something else you guys have a burning desire to do in the hospital, you guys are basically done there. And
if we have a burning desire between our legs, should we seek a physician?
He must read safety brief or he will die. Oh no, sorry, I messed up that quote. He will die without safety brief.
Well, Pavel is in the men's room smoking a cigarette in the toilet, thinking that's gonna foil the smoke detector.
All right. So you guys, as you basically head out of the hospital, you call back that basically check in with headquarters, letting them know that all right, yep, we're all apparently sane.
Ish.
Yeah, sane enough.
I do at some point while we're heading back, I do ask Pavel, what's up with the fucking chair I heard about?
Look, Sergeant, I'm sitting here trying to take a nap, and I got the watch out! This is the hostile coming down. Oh no, my round eye is getting away. So I pick up the chair and I go, okay, I'm about to throw this, and she trip and she fall, and that's it.
So instead of restraining her like a normal fucking human, you throw a fucking chair at her?
Okay, Pavel, hang on. Pavel rolls back on his heels, rolls his eyes, and does that kind of like, oh god, like he's gotten this spiel a million times before, and goes, yeah, I moved to subdue. I know what I'm doing. You take my handcuffs, I still subdue, but the great white hope over here, and he points at Paul. He comes in and give it a, bam, bam. It's like he's just, and I tell you right now, he's good. He's good.
Paul says, I punch woman till she unconscious. I don't know if she got a concussion or not.
Yeah, Paul, the fuck? For real?
Yes, she was
we're in a
getting
fucking
up.
hospital. We're in a fucking hospital, and you gotta give someone a goddamn... Forget it. I'm done. Let's fucking get out of here.
It's best place to get a concussion.
Pavel steps between you and Paul. He goes, you leave Bobby Hill alone.
Pavel, you want to get the fuck out of my face and start walking. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so I start walking. All right, I know how this movie ends when you fuck with the sergeant too bad.
Says, when I said stop her from hurting herself or anyone else, that's not what I imagined.
Well, she stopped hurting other people and herself.
They stopped her from hurting her. She doesn't have to hurt herself if they hurt her for her.
Exactly.
Do you not remember these two? They're fucking idiots. You have to outline every goddamn thing.
You say stop, and I stop, or my squad mates will shoot. So I stop. Yeah.
Fucking chair. Just walk. Let's just fucking get out of here.
Again, we walk.
I follow the sergeant's orders.
That's good.
All right. Well, you guys, as you check in and kind of ask for like, all right, what's the next thing you want us to do?
Can we try to hitchhike on one of the speeding fucking sirens blaring APCs that's zoom past us for no good reason? They don't stop. Can we do that? Like, why nobody stop? Give us a ride. This is fucking bullshit.
I mean, you have one there, so like that's the reason they're not giving you a ride is because you already have one.
Oh,
I can actually
drive. The goddamn
Jeep.
Get in.
A 3-mile walk down the fucking spaceport highway down back to the base.
Just to throw it out there. Let's see. All right, so you guys, you are in the medical clinic at the government center.
Yeah.
You are about 200 meters away from the Marine HQ. Like this is Mars. Well, yes, you have Mars City. You have you do have overland transport. Most things are actually built somewhat underground to deal with the radiation problem, because a lot of these structures are relatively old to like the earliest points in the settlement of the red planet.
That's cool.
And so yeah, you're literally in the same building. Like you like when I say that you go outside, I mean you're out. You're in a different hallway. Sorry. I didn't clarify that well enough.
Oh, we're like in those underground shopping malls the Canadians build because of the winter.
Yeah.
Are there any segues?
By the way. You're not getting a fucking Segway. You're gonna walk.
I mean, Segway did go out of business, so it would make sense that there's no Segways.
Is the sergeant on a Segway when he says that to Pavel?
Fucking Segway for you.
All right, so So you guys
Anyway.
check in, and you get you guys get told that you're all right. Well, next thing that we have for you guys is there's a maintenance team that is overdue for reporting in for the Argent conduit coming into the city. Basically, just for a bit of overall context, ever since the development and whatnot of environment of Argent energy on Mars, it's this very clean, renewable, high energy source, very easily portable, very safe and easy to use. They most things run on it. You have the majority of the power for Mars City is provided by just directly coming from the UAC main corporate facility and whatnot. That's it's about 150 kilometers away. But it's basically a giant. Think of it as giant high high power power lines and whatnot, or high capacity power lines. That's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Yep. So there's a team that's supposed to go to some a terminal junction something. I don't know. I'm not a tech. The guy that you're talking to, it's like I'm not a tech. Here's the coordinates. They were supposed to they were supposed to check in. It's like actual staff that lives and works to maintain this place. They're supposed to check in once every literally once every day, and they're 3 days overdue. So we need somebody to go out and check the place out. So congratulations, you're cleared to take IFV number 4. So head out to the motor pool.
Oh boy.
I love IFV number 4.
So
No, Pablo, it's 3 you liked. 4 was the one you made fun of last time.
Well, and so I'm gonna say I think that is a good enough place to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, and oddly, guess. Let me see. If I just do quick search for this. I was going to, as a joke, just toss a number on it, but guess what? Guess where we are going to be picking up next time?
All hell breaking loose.
Well, we're going to be
On the
picking
map
up.
here?
We're going to be picking up right where you guys have been for on the map here for a while. So,
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah. Which is yeah.
So yep, because you guys are standing next to IFV number 4 here, and I don't know if it's within your field of vision, but you're near the transistor hub. So we're gonna pick up where we left off, or about an hour or so after we left off, in the game time next time.